Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Hold on one moment, checking to make sure we're live. I have a lot going on in my mind right now. A lot of things I want to talk about on stream. We'll get to it. There's some stuff that's been bothering me. I've been having some more depression problems that I want to talk about. I'm going to wait until we get relatively far into the stream and when we have more people around, maybe. Or when I get to like 100 encounters and we've got like a decent amount of time going, and then we'll start talking about this. But until then, I'm not going to talk about it too much. We'll just say this right now. It's been a rough day for me. I was going to start relatively early, or like around my normal time. I have been feeling absolutely awful, like how my mood has been. I've been depressed and really upset today to the point where it's like I nearly couldn't bring myself to start stream even though I had planned to. Anyway, I'm going to try to take that off my mind because I don't want to think about that right now, right away. I would like to just focus on doing my stuff and focusing on shiny hunting. Anyway, how are you guys today? Hopefully all doing better than I am. Like I said, it's been really rough. It's been a bit of an odd day for me, not a great day. We're just going to do an average 200 encounters. I thought of doing more. I don't think I can handle doing more than 200 right now. In fact, I don't really want to do more than 200 encounters, so that's what we're going to do for the moment. Here's a quick question for everybody, just out of curiosity, something that might be good to talk about in the moment, since I brought it up earlier, how I was feeling kind of depressed. Like, what do you guys do when you're not feeling good? Like, stuff that you'd like to do to make yourself feel a little better? You watch shows, like to watch videos. There's like, I know some people just play games, those kind of things. Like I said, I deal with a lot of depression problems. I typically would just be able to do something like play a game or whatever, but that doesn't always help, doesn't always fix the problem. I was feeling pretty down until I sat down and like watched a show before I started stream. I had to like find something so I could like take my mind off of all the problems. It's just been a nasty year. I don't feel like it's been productive enough, and on top of that, I feel like I got a lot of problems going on with my family. We're gonna get really into like why I've been feeling so depressed in a little bit though, and we'll talk about that. It might be another hour, maybe, I don't know, as long as it takes for me to get up to 2400 in game, or if I get the shiny, then I'll be able to talk about it a little bit while I'm doing some other stuff. Let me see, just give me a second or two. It's the weekend right now. Anybody doing anything interesting, anything fun planned? I've heard, like, in some places that apparently lockdown's gotten worse regarding like coronavirus, and that it's been like, I think in the UK there's like something where they initiated like what they called tier 4 lockdown. Maybe I'm wrong, where they're trying to forbid people from going out and like seeing anybody, including family, which that seems like really lame. Also, even if that's the case, like, how does that help when people still need to go out and get essential stuff? They're still going to need to get food, potentially. Obviously not at Christmas, but, like, are they planning to leave it on lockdown until after the holidays and then lift it? That's something I don't really get. Something I remember seeing on, like, Twitter. I was just looking up and, like, reading some stuff, like, paying attention to a few things I've been, like, keeping up with on Twitter. I don't really read Twitter too much, but I figured, what the heck, I've been, like, focusing on, like, following a few more things on there recently. Been getting, I guess, a little more usage out of social media than I normally would. Hang on a second. I don't have, like, a lot that's, like, on my mind. I'm just annoyed at how long the shiny hunt's taking, too. That's something that's been bothering me quite a bit, and honestly, like, it's kind of gotten me, like, or it's gotten me where I'm feeling like I don't have, like, a lot of confidence, and it's making me feel like I'm not feeling happy about how this is going, and making it hard for me to think of what I want to talk about altogether, because it's, like, a lot of frustration, too. That's part of my problem right now. Let me see. Give me just a second while I look at what I want to talk about. I guess I can talk about something I brought up yesterday and I was going to talk about. How do you guys feel about movie theaters? I'm curious. I think I was actually going to talk about this yesterday and I got really sidetracked. I don't go out to movie theaters very often, especially during the pandemic. Obviously nobody's going out to see movies really. It's kind of not a good scenario to, and I don't think there's a lot of movies that are in theaters right now to even go watch in the first place. So there's that, but there's also a lot of other problem that's going on right now. It's just not a good time to be getting out and going out and doing a lot. I mean, sometimes going out and eating, when there's stuff like this, it'll feel nice just because it's been a while. I think I went out to eat, recently, and that was pretty good. I went out to eat Chinese, I don't know, a month ago. That made me feel good to have some of my favorite Chinese food again. Also, I think I mentioned it on another stream, I've been having some issues in the community, and that's kind of been bothering me a little bit, so yeah. Like I said, we'll talk about everything that's on my mind a little bit later, and I can hopefully delve into this and talk about it a little more in depth. Anyway, like I was saying, how do you guys feel about movie theaters out of curiosity? Before the pandemic, I didn't even go out to see movies very much in general. I would go out every now and then, I guess, to see them. I don't think I went out actually for most of the years, I think since at least 2012 or 2013 or something. Ever since I got out of high school, or maybe even later, I hadn't really gone to see movies very often. I never really had any interest. I like watching movies and talking about them, but I never really bothered getting out with them. I think most of the time I ended up getting my movies on DVD or whatever to watch and talk about them after I watched them on DVD. Just felt cheaper. I mean, I guess you can always rent them, but I don't know if renting's actually better or worse. I mean, it depends. There's definitely plenty of options for that. You can go to do something with the red box, or you can just buy it. There's some local rental places. I don't think they're very popular anymore. At least I don't know that many. I know we've got one in our local area, and that's about all I know. I don't know many. I think those places are mostly out of business nowadays, actually. At least as far as I can tell. Movie theaters are pretty alright from what I remember, although I will say the ticket's pretty pricey from what I remember. It's $8 a person or something. That was our local area. It used to be $2.50 or something, and they raised the prices up. And I know in some areas it's even more money to go out and get a ticket to watch a movie. It costs a lot to go down and watch something new. And there's a bunch of other additional fees if you're going to get some other stuff. You have to pay quite a bit for popcorn. I think it's say $3 for medium, or say $3 for small, $4 for medium, $5 for large or whatever. That kind of thing. That's one thing I never really liked about movie theaters. I mean, getting to go see a new movie first thing when it's brand new and getting to check it out, that's always something that was kind of neat. But I mean, I don't feel like I ever really cared about that at any point. It was neat. I mean, if I ever wanted to see a movie, I'd usually just wait until it was on DVD to go check it out. It's a thing about the number of costs just added up together, I think, more than anything that bothers me about it. You only get to see it once, and then you want anything else, you have to pay a lot extra. They have snacks, they're marked up really high. I mentioned popcorn being very costly. The fountain drinks are usually several dollars, or at least $1 or $2, increasing in price depending on the size. The popcorn, it adds up really quickly, especially when you can just go to a store and buy some popcorn that's not that bad, that's got good butter on it, and heat it up in your microwave and just eat that, and that usually gets the job done for good popcorn. I don't feel like I've had too many store-bought popcorns that I actually hated eating, so I can name quite a few of them that I do like, although I think the one I mostly get is Movies 8 or whatever, or something, or that's something else I'm thinking of, not the popcorn. It was like some sort of something like that. It had some sort of like specific name on it. I can't remember what they called it. I have to go look at it to go see what the popcorn brand I'm thinking of that I normally get is. It's pretty good. It comes in like a blue box, and they have like several different ones, like extra butter, light butter. They have plain popcorn. I think they might have some specialties too. Like I think they might have like the caramel corn as well. I'm not sure about that one. There's a lot though. There's some pretty good stuff. I think the one good thing about movie theaters was it was like a good place to go out and bit of social interaction. You could go see the movie for anybody else as well, so you had like a little bit of extra reason to go out and check it out, but it wasn't really anything super special. I didn't really find anything great about it. I mean, the atmosphere was alright. It was pretty neat. I can't really think of any reason why for like going to movies. I think I heard something like before, like I think it was like a year ago, maybe, I don't remember. Like I saw how there's like a certain movie going on. I heard something really silly, and I think this is true. Like I heard about that Cats movie. I think that was like 2019, and how there were problems with the movie when they released it, and they had to patch it just like how you'd see patches for games nowadays. And it's like, where have we gone, or how's like things gone down this route where movies, which are things that are not really meant to be interacted in the same way games are like needing a day one patch for problems with the movie? It's like with the game, I can sort of understand games are meant to be played, and not everyone's going to play them the same way. You're going to bump into like unexpected issues just by the way they're trying to play the game, and it's like, I mean, that's normal and makes sense. Like, obviously there'll be issues that'll crop up from people playing the game that the developer didn't intend to have in the game. How does a movie happen to have, like, problems that need patching, though? I just don't understand that. The whole concept of it is really weird to me. Maybe that was just a joke and I was wrong about that. Maybe I heard that from somewhere and I wasn't actually something that happened, but I thought I had heard about like some supposed patch being applied to a movie. That movie looked pretty bad, though. I don't know if it'd be any good, even if they did fix it any. That Cats movie looks like garbage. I don't know. Just my 2 cents. I haven't really watched enough stuff in recent years, at least not in theaters. I've watched like some movies every now and then. I mean, the last thing I went out to go see was Detective Pikachu, and still want to go see the Sonic movie, probably through Netflix or Hulu or something, or whatever it's available on. Actually, I've never really gotten any streaming services, and I've had interest in using one. I've never really committed to actually like buying a membership from any of them. It seems like everybody's made their own streaming service nowadays. Nowadays, why can't I speak that out right? I'm not actually sure what the best like value for a streaming service is anymore. There's just so many, it's really hard to keep up with like all the different streaming services and which ones are good versus which ones are bad. I know Disney Plus is like really popular, though. I hear a lot about Disney Plus because, well, Disney makes a lot of pretty high quality stuff, and they've got some good older stuff on it. I don't know if I'd say most of Disney's newer stuff is amazing looking, but from what I've seen, Disney Plus has a lot of good stuff, even just by looking into their legacy catalog, because they have a lot of cool movies. How are Netflix and Hulu doing, actually, considering, like, nowadays, like, you don't hear a lot of talk about them since, you know, everybody else started their own different streaming services. There's way too many to keep count of, actually. Oops, I did that too early. I forgot to I go over here and do this. I hope I get the shiny today. I really want this hunt to end today. I don't think we're going to get to the end of this and we're not going to be done in, like, today, but I would really prefer that I can get this shiny hunt over and done with after today. I've been wanting to get done really, really badly, and this shiny hunt has felt like it's been taking absolutely forever. Not had, like, any progress whatsoever. It's just been slowly going at a crawl and just not going anywhere. The fact that this is making me drop parallels to another shiny hunt I did, like, last year is actually making me a little uncomfortable thinking about how slow it's going, frankly. And I really don't want to be thinking about a particularly bad shiny hunt while I'm doing this. But, whatever. Ugh. Give me a second. I just need a moment to think, because like I said, I didn't really think of like a whole lot that I wanted to talk about before the stream started. I've just been a bit of a wreck emotionally right now. I've got stuff that I have on my list that I want to talk about, though. I talked about restaurants. Maybe I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, I guess that'll be a decent point to talk about. I don't feel like it's too bad. Give me just a second before we continue my talk and we get into this whole restaurant discussion. I feel like it'd be a little better with more people around, but whatever. We'll deal with that a little later. Hang on just a moment. I just need to check on a quick thing on my YouTube stats, and after I'm done with that, we can go ahead and get into discussing this. Don't mind. Yeah, give me just a moment or two. It won't take very long. I promise, I'll try to be quick. Surprised there's nobody in the chat right now. Not that it's a big deal, just that it's very, very quiet. I mean, I'll take it over some of the rude interactions I get in the chat room sometimes, so not like it's all bad. Okay, link is copied, and there we go. I was wanting this for Discord purposes. I think that's good. Okay, right. Sorry about that. Let me get back to what I was about to talk about. Sorry if I got a little distracted there. So, yeah. What's everyone's favorite restaurants or favorite restaurant types? I'm curious to hear, like, what you guys like eating. I was going to bring this up and talk about some stuff related to this since I'm trying to make small talk. I don't know how... I can't speak right today. Excuse me. I don't have any exact preference when it comes to restaurants as far as I can think of. I don't mind fast food. I'm not really big on it. I don't really care about eating fast food all the time. It's nice. It's definitely convenient for, like, going out to eat and well, I say going out to eat. That's not the right word, I don't think. You know what I mean, though? Like, it can be good to get some food over at, like, a quick, easy little place where you can just get fast food and order stuff, whether it be from McDonald's or whatever. A lot of burger joints are good for fast food, and those are pretty good. I don't really know if I love McDonald's. McDonald's is like a little bit low on the chain for fast food. It's not terrible. Fast food in general, it's a little hard to say how good it is because there's a lot of varying quality in fast food. As far as burgers go, I'm not sure what my favorite is. I've talked about, like, my favorite places I like to eat burgers. I'm not sure if all of them qualify as, like, fast food or not. I mentioned Five Guys is good. That's a place I enjoy eating at. Something I really, really like. Let's see. Oh, right. I think it's Panda Express. Panda Express is pretty good. They have, like, Chinese in their fast food. For a Chinese place, like, you wouldn't expect fast food would necessarily be a great option, but honestly, the food from Panda Express is pretty good, and you can get quite a bit of food you can eat up on, and honestly, it feels like it's a pretty good deal. Like, go down and get quite a bit of good stuff you can eat there and fill up and come back, and it's usually only like $10. Sure, it might be a little bit pricey, I guess, but it's not that bad. Have some great food. I enjoy eating their stuff, and I drop by to get it. I don't get it very often, though. I haven't gotten it in a while, I don't think. It is very, very good, though. times I've had it, I enjoyed it tremendously. I think I like Chinese food quite a bit, actually, so that certainly helps some. What else is, like, good, like, fast food? Whenever I think of, like, fast food, the main thing that comes to mind are burgers, actually. I guess, technically, pizza would count, too. Pizza's pretty good. There's a lot of great pizza places. I'm not as big on eating at big chains anymore. They're not terrible. I had, like, Little Caesars not that long. I don't really love their stuff. The last one I had was okay. I don't really think it's that great. Domino's is a pretty decent chain, too. Like I said, it's mostly smaller places I like. I eat at the place that's local called Lazy Tea, and it's really good. Also, just like, when I'm out and eating and getting pizza, generally, the local pizza's always the best. I couldn't tell you, like, the names of these places because I don't remember them too often. I used to be really big on eating, like, Pizza Hut, and also, we don't have it anymore, but another pizza chain that was really, really good that I used to enjoy eating at quite a bit was this place called Pizza Inn. I don't know if it's, like, very popular anymore. It's pretty good. Papa John's is okay, too. I don't know if I love Papa John's pizza. It's pretty good, though, I'd say. I feel like it's not bad pizza. I like all the big chains I can think of that I eat pizza from, which is saying very little because I don't eat them very often. I'd say maybe my favorite would be, like, eating Domino's. I think out of all the ones I've had, they have, like, probably that most actual good, like, takeout pizza or whatever. Like, it's not perfect by any means, it's not great, but I mean, it's certainly serviceable enough that it feels like it's decent pizza. I'll still take the place from my local kind of mom and pop kind of pizza chains around rather than go straight towards words like Pizza Hut or Domino's or whatever any day. They just have better pizza in my opinion. I have tasted a lot of pizza. It usually feels like the cheaper it is, the worse it tastes. So, yeah, worse it tastes. I meant to say, like, it's usually just not that great overall. Little Caesars has been the biggest example of that I can remember. Their pizza usually tastes like garbage. I think I'm up on the 2336. I'm going to add that up on here really quick. Make sure I don't forget. What is a good pizza place that I haven't thought of? Like, I haven't visited in a long time. I'm trying to think if there's, like, any that I remember that are really good. I've seen some that I've had a lot of interest in that look good, though. Really, really neat looking ones. I remember when I was in California, I had, like, some pretty good pizza. I can't remember what it was, like, what the name was, unfortunately, but I had, like, a really great pizza while I was out visiting for E3, and that was something I loved. I would bring the name up if I could remember it. There's another one, I don't know if this is like a chain or not, I think it might be. Papa Murphy's has good pizza. They're like a place you go and you buy, like, the pizza dough from them, and that's like a little set of instructions on the pizza that you, like, read off, and then you, like, put it in your oven and cook it on, like, their recommended settings, and then you take it out and it'll be cooked and ready to go, and they have some good pizza. I remember, like, eating it plenty before, and it's tasty. It's good stuff. I enjoy eating Papa Murphy's pizza. It's definitely something I like quite a bit. Just a good chain, in my opinion. Got very, very good pizza. Like, a lot of people don't seem to love it, but I think it's because of the fact you have to cook it yourself, but honestly, it doesn't really bother me any. I'd say more than anything, I think the fact that they let you cook it itself doesn't really hurt the pizza. In fact, it's still fine, even though it's set up where you have to, like, put in a little more effort for it. Let's see. I'm just thinking, like, different food topics, because, I mean, this is a fun topic and an easy topic to talk about. And food is, like, a generally simple thing to discuss, so it's like, why not talk about this for a little bit and discuss, like, what kind of food I enjoy. Anybody's listening, you guys would be more than welcome to talk about it, too. Like, it's an all-inclusive subject. Everybody can talk about food, and it's an easy point to agree on or talk about stuff like everybody has to eat stuff, so obviously food's a good thing to talk about for at least a little bit. I don't eat Mexican food too much, but I do enjoy it. Like, there's some good stuff I mentioned. Fajitas are great. I think I mentioned that on one stream. Those are some of my favorites. They're just really good. Those little wraps like chicken or beef in them, those are absolutely fantastic. I don't really care much for tacos too much. Let's see. What else is there? Quesadillas are good, really good. That stuff is great. I like enchiladas, beans and rice, a lot of those kind of things from Mexican restaurants. And sopapilla is good too. That's a little specialty, I think, where they put like honey and ice cream on like a, what was it again, if I can remember, the little tortilla, and then they like close it up and you eat it. It is sweet and really goddamn good. It is some very, very good food. There's any big specialty stuff other than just like what I mentioned that I've had that's Mexican and really good. Taquitos are great too, actually, before I forget about that. Taquitos are probably one of my favorite things to get when I go eat Mexican food. Just good food, really good food. Shit, I'm getting myself hungry. That's the only problem with talking food talk is end up making myself think about like what all food I have in my apartment and like what all I want to eat. It's like it's hard not to talk about food and then start to get a little bit hungry, even if you've just eaten, which I have not. I ate several hours ago, so I guess that's not helping any. Is that I ate like 12 or 1 or something, and now I've got like several hours after I did that, and I got food on the brain. Great. Wasn't expecting to have this happen, but I'm gonna keep talking about it because I want to talk about food talk a little bit. It's kind of nice to talk about food talk, and there's a lot of good stuff you can bring up about food talk. I think I like other stuff that I like to eat. I want to visit some more Chinese places that I've never been to. Have you found another like place for sushi too? I've had sushi from a place that's around our area. It's called like Shogun. I think Shogun's a chain, but I've never really liked the way they handle their sushi too much. So I don't know if I'd want to eat more there. I mean, I've had it only there, so I don't really know if it's like the best way to judge it or not. I'd like to have more of it, so try it from somewhere else, see if I still don't really like it a lot, and if the answer is yes, then whatever, I guess I won't eat any more sushi and worry about it. Like I said, I've had octopus, it's pretty good, even though it's a weird taste. Let me see. I've had like several Chinese places, and there's one I've never been to that my aunt wanted me to come visit with her, and I would have probably done it like this month or next, and I've been low on money because of some problems like my phone right now, so I haven't been able to go out and check it out. Like there's one place, I think it's called like China Express or something. I don't remember if I was remembering that correctly, that you wanted me to come check out, and I want to go look at because it sounds really good, something like that. It sounds great. And I only know like 3 big Chinese places in our areas, or in our area, excuse me, which would be like Panda Express. Talked about it before on the stream, China Star, which is great. I love the food there. Great all-you-can-eat buffet, and oh god, their food is too good. I enjoy like picking out the food and like eating quite a bit of it. I always eat like a ton every time I go there, and I always enjoy the food like so much. So yeah, I enjoyed eating there. I could talk about that place quite a bit. Got the great chicken, whether it be like the sweet and sour chicken, or they've got like, let's see, what else is it? They've got that jalapeno chicken, which is surprisingly not too bad if you don't eat like the spicy parts. I know you'd think like, why pick it up, but I mean, and if you're not gonna get the spicy part, but it's like, it's genuinely spicy enough without eating it with the jalapeno bit in it, so it ends up tasting really good. Also, the chow mein's good. Those kind of things. They have a lot of really, really good dishes, and their desserts are pretty great too. I genuinely enjoy eating there quite a lot. I could go on and on about their food there. The other one's that Golden China place, and I've been to Golden China like once or twice. I don't really love Golden China. It's not terrible, but not really the kind of place that I really like the Chinese food at too much. I don't know, the Chinese food that's there, it tastes kind of, in my opinion, could certainly be better. And I wouldn't mind eating there again, but I think I would rather not. I'd rather go to China Star where I actually like the food quite a bit and eat Chinese food there instead. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go back to that place anytime soon. Not too bad though. Say other places that I like to eat at, like different food types. What else is there that I'm interested in? I like eating chicken, especially like fried chicken. Popeyes is really goddamn good. I mean, really good. I enjoy eating Popeyes. Popeyes makes great chicken. Their spicy chicken is absolutely fantastic. Some of my favorite, even the mild chicken's not that bad either. They're very, very good. It's probably one of my favorite things to order there, and also their chicken sandwiches they've made. Oh, those are good, really good. I enjoy eating those. Those are some of my favorites I've got from like a chicken place. Not my all-time favorite, but they're certainly good. I think Chick-fil-A might be a little bit better in that regard. I'm still excited that we're going to be getting a Chick-fil-A like in another or like year or less in my area. It's being built and it looks absolutely great. And God, I cannot wait to have that. That's going to be fucking fantastic having Chick-fil-A. I remember eating it so many times and I genuinely enjoy eating it. God, it's some good food. Let's see, what's this? Oh yeah, I'm talking about chicken places. There's also Chicken Express. I like that stuff. It's just like basic chicken, and they have like fish as well. Their chicken is good. It's pretty average though, I'd say overall. Nothing I can think of from Chicken Express is like above the quality of most other places. It's good though. It's also like not too far to travel to, so it's pretty easy to get the chicken. They've got very good side options from what I remember, and their rolls are probably some of my favorites I've had from a restaurant that I can think of. I think the main reason I've been there is like I like to get their chicken tenders, and they've got some good chicken tenders. I'm trying to think if there's any others in my area. I think we have like 3 or 4 chicken places. Only other one that comes to mind is Golden Chick. I've been to Golden Chick, and I think they usually have like more pricey chicken than like Chicken Express. It's farther off than Chicken Express is for most people in my area, and on top of that, it's about the same in terms of taste. I don't really hate their food, but I don't really love it either. There is one thing I've had there that I actually enjoy, which I was surprised about. They have these like, they're called, what is it called again if I remember? They have these like spicy wings they sell. I can't remember what they named them. They're good though. They're really, really good. Like, I honestly like them a little more than I do Popeyes wings, even though they're smaller. Although I guess Popeyes doesn't do like purely wings. They do like bigger, fuller sized chicken. But the spicy chicken I've had while eating it like Golden Chick, oh, it is good. Really good stuff. I highly recommend it. I haven't had like too many of their different options for, so I need to like check out their sandwiches and some of their other stuff. But those spicy wings are great. I need to try more of their stuff so I can like give my opinion on how good it is. In terms of other chicken places, I think we had Church's Chicken back in the day. I never really loved eating the food there. I don't really enjoy it that, like I didn't enjoy like seeing Church's Chicken too much and like getting the food. Sorry if I'm like repeating myself right now. Sorry if I'm being a little bit awkward, not intentionally. Church's Chicken always kind of tasted funny to me, not very good. My family got it's like a substitute for Popeyes, and it didn't taste great on top of like also being, what's the right word for it if I can remember? I think we got food poisoning from it at least once, which was pretty bad all by itself. It didn't taste that great, though. It was like the big thing, and I think they were trying to compete with Popeyes. They never really got very far, though, and it ended up going out of business. I didn't really see the appeal of Church's Chicken. I know in some areas it got like really, really big. It didn't last in our city, though, at all. It just wasn't something I loved eating. I think a lot of people would probably say the same thing. It was okay, I guess, but there's better places. I think most of our chicken places came along well after that place did, so I guess there's that. In terms of other chicken places, I remember sorry, I got this wrong and I was saying this. I meant to say, that like, I went out to LA and I went to this place, I think it was it George's or I think it was Gus's, that's it, yeah, Gus's, those world famous fried chicken or something like that. I remember a place like that I ate at in Los Angeles. Oh, that was good chicken. I enjoyed that quite a bit. That was some of the best chicken I think I've had from like a different restaurant. It beat the Popeye's chicken that I was talking about being really good. And I found myself like loving every bit of it and really been glad I'd stopped by to eat there. Absolutely a 10 out of 10 restaurant, would eat there again. A lot of the restaurants I ate at in like Los Angeles were really, really good. Really, really tasty, and frankly, I would love to go back and eat there some more. Like, I had a really, really good experience over at like a place where I had, Chinese food. All the places I checked out, they tasted great. They had good food. Even the like food court stuff I had, like when I was at E3, wasn't that bad. They had some decent stuff they offered. I just had like a burger, and it was actually pretty good. Right, by the time I get done with the stream, I'm gonna end up being hungry now, which was not my intention. Not that it's a big deal. Partially tempted to go check like what I've got in my fridge for what I want to eat, but I'm not gonna waste my time in the middle of stream checking on my food, so I'll have to wait until a little bit later. I feel like there's some other stuff I wanted to mention for food talk before we get off the topic of restaurant for right now, actually. Let me see. I think I've talked into like fancier restaurants and places I've been to eat at before. That's what I was meaning to talk about for a little bit too. I've been to Tamales, like my mom likes my mom likes, Mexican food. When I say Chinese, but yeah, she likes Mexican food, and we've been to eat Mexican food quite a few times, and eat Tamales quite a few times. Just, I don't know if that's like a big place or not for Mexican food. We've also been to Chili's a few times, which isn't too bad. Not really my favorite. Chili's is alright. They have some good burgers and stuff, and I think they're like steak and stuff that's pretty decent too. I enjoyed what I ate there. Not my favorite. Also, like steakhouse restaurants, the ones I've been to have been pretty good. I've eaten at like quite a few like pretty good restaurants for. Cracker Barrel's another one I can think of that was like really good. That's very much something I've enjoyed eating at. What else can I remember that was really good for like dine-in stuff that I've had? Another Mexican one I remember eating at that my parents like is called Rosa. It's not a local place. We go to eat it when we're at my brother's. Like, we go down to this place pretty commonly, so we eat that. That's actually pretty good too, and it's got some good Mexican food, so there's that. That place has got good food. I'm trying to think on if there's any others like that I can remember that are good for dining in that I have had good quality restaurants that I've been to. I can't remember the name of it. There's one that I had like not that long ago. It's like a kind of old-fashioned place where you could go in and you get like burgers or whatever, and they had ice cream and a whole bunch of different things. It was really, really neat looking, really, really good food, and it looked like proper home-cooked food, and not even just like stuff that came out of a restaurant. They had some absolutely great stuff. I can't remember the name of it at all, but that was some of the best food I think I've had, like, eating out. Something about, like, going to, like, one of these, like, places like that, or, like, a steakhouse, and you get the burgers there. They genuinely feel like they're some of the better burgers there's you can order. Really, really good food, in my opinion. Stuff I genuinely enjoy eating, usually. Also, shit, are we already at, like, 60 encounters? How long has it been? Roughly 39, about 40-ish minutes. Not too bad. Just wondering how long it's been since I had started the stream, and if anything has gone on, obviously, I think I just checked. I'm gonna double check, but I mean, yeah, we haven't got anywhere. I would have noticed, I think the shiny had popped up, because I've got the image right beside me, and on top of that, I also, like, I think I would see the shiny sparkle, and I think by comparison, I could probably figure it out. I haven't seen anything to, like, indicate there's been a shiny in my Dex. Hasn't shown shiny, though, so still nothing yet. I wish we could get this over with, though. I really, really do. I just want this shiny to pop up. I want to be done with the shiny hunt. I'm trying my best to get this to the end, and I want to be through with it today, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Let's see, any more? Oh, yeah, I want to talk a little bit about, like, few places to eat out, I guess, that I can remember. I don't eat out at fish places a lot, or we don't have any seafood places in our area, unfortunately. Seafood is something I do enjoy eating out at every now and then. Also, like, I don't go out to eat Italian, like, ever. I don't mind it, I just don't really care for Italian. I've had some decent experiences with places. I think one of the ones I've talked about in the stream, one like called Capisi's I've been to that has some good food. Like I said, I haven't been to very many of them. What else? Alright, we're talking about fish places. We got like a few fish places, nothing for actually like eating proper seafood though. Like we have like places like the Fish Fry where you can get catfish or Catfish King. I'm not sure if there's any other ones that I'm forgetting about. Nothing else really comes to mind off the top of my head when I bring that up, actually, so I'm guessing that's probably about it, unless I misremembered. But yeah, we have those places. They're pretty good. There's some decent stuff. There's another, like, place they go to every now and then, or at least my parents did, that was good, called, like, I think it was Winston Feed Mill or something. You can get, like, fish and a bunch of other things there, like frog legs, chicken, all-you-can-eat buffet with, like, a lot of different food varieties. They have some really good chicken. Not chicken. The chicken's good, I think, if I remember. It's very good. But they have, like, a fish that's very good, and it's catfish, and they season it with, like, certain spices, and it tastes absolutely great. It is some good stuff. I genuinely enjoy eating it. Probably some of the best stuff I remember eating. Like, that buffet just has a lot of great stuff, and they have, like, some really good ice cream when you finish it. If I could remember all the dishes there, I would mention it quite a bit. It's one of the better places I've been out to eat at, too. Actually, something I enjoyed when I go out to eat. I don't go to them very often, but, like, yeah, all-you-can-eat buffets are great. Back in the day, we used to have, like, a little pizza chain that was called CC's, and they had some really good pizza that was, like, not too pricey. Unfortunately, over the years, it got lesser in quality, because I think they only asked you, like, $3 to $5 or something for, like, a fee for the buffet, and as a result, it kind of got that whole lower price, meaning lower quality pizza, and it stopped being worth visiting there. But it was a good place for quite some time, and I enjoyed eating the pizza at that place. It was very, very good. They didn't do, like, delivery or, like, takeout like most places. I think you could go in and get, like, 6 slices of pizza, but outside of that, there wasn't, like, a proper delivery or takeout system. Still good pizza, though. Still very good. They even had, like, special dessert pizza things they made that were really good, like chocolate pizza, or one that had, like, powdered stuff on it. I think it was, like, powdered sugar or something. I'm not actually sure. I have to double check. They made, like, a cinnamon thing. There were quite a few things they did that were really good. CC's is a place I remember very well, and a lot of me and my friends when I was younger would love going out to eat there. They had some of the best pizzas, usually a prime place for having birthday parties as well. We never had, like, a Chuck E. Cheese's, so we didn't really get to do birthday parties at a place like Chuck E. Cheese's. Otherwise, I'm sure that would have been a place that was really big. I think the nearest Chuck E. Cheese's where we were at was, like, 2-hour drive from where we lived or something, and that was not really something we really wanted to do very often, so didn't end up happening too much. I've been to it a few times. It was alright. It's a pretty decent place, but yeah, I don't think I would want to waste the time going down there. At least not as an adult, especially, and as a kid, I mean, I didn't really enjoy doing car rides then either, so yeah. I think I'm done talking about that stuff. I have a little bit more I want to talk about, like, restaurant stuff. Like, I enjoy one other type of restaurant. I guess not really big on it, but like restaurants specialize in making like sandwiches or like subs are pretty good too. Subway is probably one of the more easily mentioned or classic ones to most people. Subway is very, very popular, at least in America, and I've eaten at Subway quite a few times. Subway makes good sandwiches. I don't know if I love their stuff. They got a lot of options. Do you know the one I'm near has like an icy machine in it? At least the one that's in our Walmart does, and it is some good stuff. Like the ices in there are genuinely very, very tasty, and I enjoy getting them when I can. I think their machine's been out of order, and of course, one of the things that I actually want to order from there is completely broken, and they haven't tried to fix it, despite a lot of people seeming to like getting them. Well, I don't know how popular they are. It's not a big deal, but yeah, eating sandwiches from there is pretty good. Getting to customize your stuff. There's some good options for like bread, your different like vegetables you want on it, or what kind of meat and cheese, all that stuff, and your condiments. It can make some really good stuff. I like ordering whatever when I get in there and spice it up with like whatever I'm in the mood for. Quiznos is decent too. I've had it only so many times that I do find it to be pretty alright. I think I've been to Slotski's a few times. Didn't really love Slotski's. I think they have like some good dessert foods, but I don't find Slotski's to be great. Frankly, Slotski's is that kind of place that I kind of avoid eating there. I've had it a few times. It's not somewhere I love eating at, though. I think that's like all I want to talk about for restaurant talk right now. There is like another thing I wanted to bring up that kind of relates to that, but I'm not going to go ahead and bring that up right now. Actually, hold on just a second. I need to move. Right now my back's a little bit upset and not feeling great. I just need to move where my back's not feeling pain for no good reason. Whew, this is going to be a very, very unfun stream, I can tell, for the shiny hunt. We haven't really gotten any progress yet, and I'm feeling like I'm just a little bit on the drain side from how long I've been putting effort in and not seeing any results after all these different stream sessions of this. It's just been fucking crazy. Also, by the time we hit 100 encounters, I have something I want to talk about that I was going to bring up at the beginning of the stream, but I haven't had, like, urge to just yet. It relates to something I was mentioning earlier. I've been feeling down and depressed today, and I didn't want to bring up this topic just yet, so yeah, it's a little bit heavy to talk about, to say the least, so probably wait just a little bit. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna see what I want to bring up really quick. I mean, I guess I could talk about shiny hunting after a little bit, but I'm not gonna do that yet. We'll probably get into that when I talk about the depression topic some more. It's been rough, that's all I'll say right now. Give me a moment or two. Won't take too long. Okay, right. Here's another interesting subject. Well, I was going to mention something related to restaurants. I might actually wait before I bring this up. I'll find one more topic, and then we'll come back to this one in a second. It was going to relate to what I just talked about. Give me a second, though. Okay, I think I've got something I want to talk about before I bring up what I just mentioned, which I'm not going to say what it was just yet, because I didn't really get it out. I'd rather wait a little bit to talk about it fully for a little bit. So, you guys like shopping? You guys go out very much to do, like, shopping? I'm just curious to hear opinions on it. It doesn't have to be about any particular type of shopping or anything, just about, like, shopping in general. I personally don't get out to do shopping for, like, myself that often. I mean, obviously, for getting groceries, that's another thing entirely, and getting groceries is literally just day-to-day life, and necessity, so naturally when it comes to getting groceries, that's kind of important and kind of hard to ignore. It's very, very crucial to go out and get groceries for yourself, but outside of that, I wanted to talk about shopping outside of, like, the very basic stuff. I mean, grocery shopping isn't too bad. Only problem with grocery shopping is when you go out to go grocery shopping, you end up looking around and getting distracted, and then when you do, it's really easy to end up trying to buy stuff that you wouldn't otherwise, because you end up, like, seeing stuff that you want and impulsively try to buy. At least I'm bad about that sometimes. I'm sure there's other people who watch and have this exact same problem they deal with. Like, I'll see something like really good looking cookies or whatever, or like some like product, or like some sort of like good looking dessert food, or something like what's the right word for this? I don't know what to describe this as. Like, I guess like good values on certain things, like maybe cleaning supplies I'd try to get. Anything like that, those kind of things. Easy to get distracted, especially by food, for like trying to grab stuff, or like just like junk food, especially that kind of thing's easy to end up unintentionally throwing money towards. Sometimes with games, but not very often. Like game accessories more than games. I usually don't buy games that I don't plan to. It's usually stuff I can think ahead to get, and I plan my budget around what kind of games I want to get. So there's that. I'm normally pretty good about keeping a level head around that kind of subject. Game shopping is pretty alright. I mean, that's something I would normally want to discuss, since, I mean, I play games for, like, what I do normally. It's my way of keeping myself entertained, my hobby, so, I mean, naturally, yeah, I'd want to talk about that. I like to go out and check out stuff. I mean, not all the time. I used to do, like, shopping at GameStop, like, relatively frequently, and I enjoyed going down and, like, checking what they had in store. There's some decent deals in there sometimes, some pretty cool stuff. You could find some good games in the store. Look, maybe find something you haven't found before, or you could just look and see if there's anything good that's on sale. Maybe check out new games if you aren't really keeping up. Normally I keep up with, like, stuff I want, though, so I don't really care about looking for new stuff. Normally it's just, like, older stuff. Also, I usually keep, like, very close tabs on games that I'm interested in, so there's that. I mean, more than just the games, though. You can also look into the accessories, like controllers. Look at, let's see, what else is there besides that, obviously. I mean, chargers, for starters, would be another big thing. Or maybe like a case, those kind of things. Those are pretty decent. Or batteries for, like, certain stuff like your controllers you're using. Those make sense to look into. Just like normal stuff you'd look into when you're checking stuff out. There's some fun stuff to look on, see what all's in store when you're shopping for new games or new game accessories. Sometimes you'll bump into some really cool older games when you're out, like, looking at GameStop stuff. One of the bigger problems I have with GameStop is the fact they like bump game prices up and scalp now. Like, they used to be pretty good about selling you stuff that was, like, fairly priced and not raising the prices up. Like, they would give you a lower price for a game that's being sold that's harder to come by. Nowadays, with that scalping getting more prevalent, even the fucking chains like GameStop are selling games at a fucking overpriced format and way more than what they should be. It's kind of disgusting how, like, an actual chain that's supposed to sell games is selling them for more than what they're worth back in the day, and, like, trying to scalp people. I mean, they're not available anymore. It doesn't mean it's okay to drop the scalper prices and start selling them at that price. Like, just because you're a game chain doesn't make that cool. I'd say go for the fucking normal price, or even putting it at the same price as it released to be okay, even for a rare game, but not fucking raising the price up to fucking ridiculous costs. I'd hate that. I genuinely hate that. Scalping is fucking dreadful and awful, and that's another topic for another time. I could talk about scalping for quite a bit. Also, fuck, my glasses are bothering me. I need to take them off. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I can't wear them right now because they're like rubbing up in my ear where I can't really focus and look at the screen as easy right now. It's actually aching my head a little bit if I leave them on, so I have to take them off so they don't bother me. I mean, the scalping thing is one problem. It's really lame and not helpful to deal with, but also there's another big problem with GameStop. Actually, I should say there's multiple problems. GameStop in general has real issues. I mean, shopping in general is a big thing to talk about, but still, like GameStop, I feel like they try to shortchange you and like offer you literally like no money for like any game you try to trade in. You can't return stuff in most game stores, which is annoying. Not really a big deal. I don't think it's been a thing where you could return games easily for quite some time now, but like, yeah, that's annoying. That's another thing that's an issue, but like, they offer you like very little for games you're trading in, whether it be something brand new or something old. Usually they offer you like next to nothing, and I fucking hate that about GameStop. It's like, really? You can't offer me more than like $15 for like any given game I bring in? It's like usually ones that aren't even that low in value. They just try to get off of you for like as little as they can get. It's absolutely grossly bad in how they handle it. And you can definitely like resell your stuff on like eBay for better prices than what you'll get from GameStop. Fucking never enjoy going to trade anything there, and I don't think I ever do unless it's like desperately in need of money and can't really wait to sell it on like Amazon or eBay, so there's that. Ugh. GameStop sucks in that area. It's not very good. Also, there's another problem with GameStop. It's like a big one. The fact they badger you about fucking deals when you're in the store and won't leave you alone about their like power-up card or about their like different promotions going on. It's like, stop. I don't give a shit. Like, don't bother me about it. It's like, I don't want to hear about this shit. I don't care. Stop pushing it on me. I don't care that your script for like selling stuff has to be involving it. It's like, I feel like if you really don't enjoying it, maybe working there is not the best option. I don't know. I don't really love dealing with pushiness like that at GameStop. That's something that turned me away from shopping there. I know I'm not alone in that regard. Heard a lot of people who make this exact same complaint when it comes to GameStop. It's fucking annoying to put up with, and it genuinely fucking sucks. That's not a surprise they're going out of business, honestly. They're not an amazing, great company that does things like perfectly to begin with, so naturally, yeah, they're probably struggling a little bit. It doesn't help they've pushed people away with their fucking annoying program and their low trade-in value. Apparently they're also moving more away from games and selling more merchandise. They're not a great game store. It's not terrible, but it's not like it's the best. I don't really like them a lot. I mean, I remember for a while I wanted to work there for a little bit, and I can see why now it's not a very good choice to want to work at GameStop. Probably would not go over well working there. Which does not seem like a great job, in my opinion. Man, we've been at this for so fucking long. We reached 2390, and we haven't gotten anywhere yet, despite how much time we've thrown at this fucking shiny hunt. I feel fucking baffled that it's taken this long. Not anything popping up yet. I just don't know what to say about how long this has gone on. Like, it feels completely unrealistic that it's taking this long. Then again, I think other people have had worse results, because I look on YouTube and I see people who've got like 3,000 or 4,000, in worst cases up to like 8k to 10k, so as much as I want to complain, I will say at least it's not that bad. Ugh. Anyway, talking about shopping, how do you guys feel about that? If you want to talk about it, if not, whatever. So what were we discussing? We talked about GameStop. I wanted to talk about game shopping for a little bit. I've been to like a lot of different stores for that, like retro stores or places that are more modern, like GameStop. I feel like I don't really care about going to game stores too often. Some of them are kind of cool, some of them are really good. Retro stores are more interesting because they usually have a large variety of games and usually a decent pricing for like buying stuff. The only problem that comes with going through these places, if you don't have like the right console handy to like play some of the games, then it ends up being like a problem to get it what you want and play it. I mean, usually they have like consoles to sell, but not ever guaranteed. I don't think I've been to one in some time. I can't even remember the name of the last one I've been to was. I just remember we have one that's not really sold like many retro games now, because last time I'd been there, they revamped everything and it's completely different. It's called Game Exchange. It was a decent place where they started changing their focus to stuff like skateboards for some reason, and then they stopped focusing on video games. Before that, it was actually a very, very good game store to go shop for like older stuff, but now it's kind of just not that great going in there, especially knowing what they had before. I don't want to talk about like game stuff, like shopping for games too much. It's not really what I meant to do when I brought up this topic. I was meaning to talk about like different facets of shopping a little bit, actually. Let's see, what else did I not mention yet? I mean, the big one is clothes shopping, and I think most men, myself included, are not big fans of going clothes shopping for fair reason. It's just not easy to like sit through and try on like all the different clothes and like try to find the right fit for you. And if you're like me, it's not always easy to figure out what size you need to get and like what you need to try on. Because even when I feel like I know what my size is, I find that I can't find what I'm looking for very easy and end up trying stuff on that's too tight or too loose. It's usually a pain to deal with. Funny, when it comes to clothes shopping, like I genuinely find that I can get shirts like not too hard. I can find shirts that fit me relatively easy. It's usually pants that are the problem, not like, say, like warm-ups or sweatpants or like a pair of shorts. Those are usually easy enough to get. Normally it's like blue jeans that are the problem to find, actually. Normally blue jeans are fucking annoying to sit there and try on. Like, I'll try on several pair and not get anywhere. I can sit there trying them on like a better part of the time I'm in the store. Hey Zachary, welcome to stream. Good to see you. Wait, did I add that before I reach the statue again? I'm not actually sure. Fuck, I'm gonna just add it now. Glad you can make it. Been going for some time, not really had anything great going on. Just been talking about whatever right now. I've had something that's been bothering me on my mind that I'm going to talk about in a little bit that I've been waiting on until some more people were here watching, or until I had like a little bit of progress. It's been something that's been bothering me for a little bit, though. Just in the meantime, I'm not ready to bring it up just yet, but like, we're talking about shopping. I think I talked about like clothes shopping some. How do you guys feel about that, out of curiosity? I don't go out clothes shopping too much. Usually it's shoe shopping and pants shopping. It's annoying though. Like I said, trying on different blue jeans, trying to get the right fit is a problem. Always find most of the pants I try on are like way too tight. It's usually like very hard to find a fit that's not bad for me. I guess what the belt helps for, though, is you can use it to fasten like a pair that's like loose and make it fit better. Also, I haven't been in like a whole lot of relationships, but going out and like going with a girlfriend and sitting and waiting on clothes shopping can be very much not a lot of fun either. I think most guys are the same way regarding that, where we don't really care much about clothes shopping and we'd rather not go along and clothes shop. It's usually just boring and not very fun. I don't know why most girls are quick to drag their boyfriend along with them for clothes shopping. Usually it's just like sit there or like waiting around on them, getting bored out of your mind and wanting to leave. And like the one upside to it is you can see them try on like really pretty outfits or whatever, and that's like literally the one good thing about it. Otherwise, it feels like it's usually a waste of time and not very fun. Like, as far as I know why most girls do it, I'd say, like, maybe I'm wrong about this, but like, I think most girls have the same opinion of wanting to go out and clothes shop so they can feel pretty, so they try to get a bunch of different clothes and try on different outfits. And a lot of girls are also obsessed with fashion, so they buy a lot of different clothing. And yeah, I know most guys, especially myself included, could not give two shits about like trying to look fashionable. Most of us really just want clothes that look okay and fit well. That's really all we give a shit about. And as a result, going out clothes shopping is fucking really annoying to put up with. Ugh, I know I don't like it very much. Okay, I think I'm done talking on shopping stuff for a little bit. I mean, we could talk about online shopping if we really wanted to, but I think that's a topic that's better left for another day, rather than being discussed today and talked about at length. Actually, give me a second, I'm putting my glasses back on. I think I'd mentioned this, I normally stay near my bed because I use a laptop, and I stream on that, and it's easier to be on my bed and my laptop, and I line up. My glasses were like fucking really laying into my ear and hurting it earlier, so wanted to take them off. Now I'm putting them back on because I think I can keep my head up and not really worry about that. And plus I can see a little bit better and not have some of these problems like fucking up the floor formation while I'm wearing them. There we go. Okay, I think that's a little better. Right. Okay, I've been waiting on talking about this for a little bit, and it's something that's been bothering me for a while. I've been feeling kind of depressed lately. I mean, I talked about my depression problems on stream before and how bad they are. Today was rough, and I mean really rough. I almost didn't start the stream. I ended up having like a point where, like, when I was getting ready to, I started feeling like all this depression coming up on me at once. It's a number of things that have been like going wrong, from mainly I think like income problems are like a big one that are bothering me, since I need to save my money and spend it on my new phone next month. That's something that's been kind of bothering me a little bit, is that I haven't had a lot of money to use on stuff I want myself or stuff I need. Spend it on like food that's not the best and like TV dinners that aren't great. Also, can't get any new games right now, and hearing about new stuff is kind of not fun because like I want to check out stuff, but I don't have any money to like actually buy anything I'm interested in, so I'm left in the dark, not getting to experience any of the cooler stuff anybody's talking about. That's something that kind of sucks a little bit. That's frustrating. That's not the only thing. Also, Christmas time this year is feeling really, really awkward. I mean, I'm having some issues with my parents. Also, I can't go out to see my older brother. I think they talked about this. I think my older brother may have caught COVID and along with his family, so we can't go out to see them, and I'm a little bit bummed about that. I haven't talked to him in a while either. I've been meaning to. I know I've mentioned my relationship with my parents has been really, really rocky and really, really rough, and I haven't been in no mood to talk to them after the way things were going last time, and I have not talked to them like very much, if any. I just don't want to speak to them right now, and even going down for Christmas, I'm not sure I want to go down and visit with them for Christmas time. I don't feel happy about the way things have turned out. The depression thing has been really bad. I've been needing somebody to talk to. Like, I went down to my therapy appointment and got that over, talked about some stuff that was on my mind, but I wanted to wait a little bit, and I'm not going to be having another appointment until January, and I'm wondering if that was the right choice to choose January now, because I wanted to wait until after Christmas time for another appointment, which wouldn't have been a big deal whether it's in December or January, but like, I'm feeling really upset and really lonely right now, and I can't really reach out to like anybody in my family too easy to talk, whether it be, I don't want to talk about my parents or my parents very much right now, and like, excuse me, I haven't talked to my brother in a while. I don't know if I love my brother, but I don't know if I want to hear his advice. He's going to tell me to talk to my parents, and I'm not in the mood to have any words with them, so there's that. I mean, I do want to speak to him, but all of my other family, it's kind of hard to speak with them, even though they're somewhat supportive. It's like nobody else is there where I can actually reach out as easily and talk to them and have any kind of actual deep conversation with, or speak to them isn't easy. Even my grandparents that I used to be able to count on a bit for emotional support, I can't really talk to as easy. I can call them on the phone and talk to them, but I can't really go and see them as easy right now, especially when they're in a nursing home. And my grandmother was just going to be there for visiting, and then COVID stuff got out of hand, and then she had to stay there because of the COVID that was going on. It's been really, really rough right now. I've had like a great emotional support, and I feel like my mental health is not in the best spot right now. My emotions are fucking out of control at the moment. It's absolutely miserable. I thought I was going to break down and not be able to stream earlier, and honestly, with how bad my emotions were, I'm actually surprised I was able to muster up the ability to come on and stream. I had to sit down and take some time away from whatever I was doing before I could stream, before I could get in the point where I felt like I was okay with streaming. I needed to sit down and watch a show or something, and I thankfully found something to watch. I could take my mind off of everything and calm down a little bit. I was feeling awful. If I hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't be online streaming right now, but I felt like I wanted to and needed to. It's been rough. How do you guys usually cope with when you're feeling down? You guys play games, watch movies, whatever? Just curious. It's something I figured might be worth bringing up. It's been really rough for me. I think I've been watching shows more because it's keeping me feeling like I'm a little more sane. I mean, playing games, there's not been as much I want to play right now. I haven't seen recently, I don't have anything new I want to play either, unfortunately, because I haven't been able to pick anything up, and it's obviously it's making it a little bit worse. It's been not a great experience for earning that. Excuse me, I didn't mean to count that yet. What was that? Oh yeah, I was going to talk about something big that's bothering me. I think I'm going to need a little bit of a break after today, maybe. I don't know. I'm looking at how this is going right now, and this whole shiny hunting thing, and I think part of it's definitely regarding this, but it's also just streaming in general. I mentioned my promise I made a few months, or no, I guess a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, the whole thing about streaming every now and then. I didn't expect I'd be doing this. Also, I ended up not wanting to do this where I was streaming this much, just to do these update streams. I wanted to do some shiny hunting, and I thought it'd be shorter than this, and it's gone on a lot longer than I anticipated, and yeah, it's been rough to say the least. It's been going on for a lot longer than I thought it would. It's been bothering me quite a bit. Is everything okay in the chat? I haven't seen a message in some time. Surprised nobody's saying anything. This bothers me a little bit. Sometimes I don't know how much I can lean on a community to. There's a lot of good people in my community, a lot of people that do listen, but also sometimes it's hard to get out and talk about my problems and have anybody listen, whether or not it be in the community or in general. It's not a great feeling when you don't have anything you can lean on for just talking emotionally. It's usually something that's good about online or communities is talking to people, getting to get that kind of stuff off your chest, talk to people. I don't know, hold on a second, I'm gonna check on something again really quickly. I'm gonna probably link this on Discord too, since I haven't done that yet. I've been meaning to, and I've been streaming a while, but not linking, excuse me, but It's namely because I have been not sure if I want to come back on Discord right away. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if I want to be streaming anymore this month or even much on January. This shiny hunt has been taking a lot. I mean, the shiny hunting streams in general have been going on a lot longer than I wanted to, and I've not had the best of results, and frankly, it's been bothering me a little bit in general. The hunt, or the like streaming hasn't gone over amazingly great either. Like even before this, like I'm a little bit upset. I think I need a little bit of a break from streaming and shiny hunting and whatever altogether next month. This whole Regidrago shiny hunt thing has been less than great, to say the least. It's been a very, very awkward and not fun time for, like, the last... I guess I'll say the last few weeks or whatever. I don't know. It's been 10 days in, like, streaming total, I guess. Like, I've done that much where I've been coming on different days to stream. It's just been rough, though, coming on, doing this, and not getting any results for that long, and sitting here doing this. It's been very much a painfully slow process, and it kind of sucks, frankly, and I'm a little bit sick of it, and I feel like I need a break. It feels like it's tearing me apart, doing the same thing over and over again, not getting any shiny or getting any results. It literally is like the definition of, like, insanity. Nothing is getting accomplished right now, I feel like, and it's bothering me quite a bit, and I want that to stop being a problem that I'm dealing with. So yeah, I'd like to take a bit of a break from this, maybe, after a little bit. I've been on this since, like, the 4th of December, and also the whole depression problem has made this, like, significantly harder to keep going through all this, like, little by little. I just want to take a break from this all. Hopefully get things under control and feeling a little better, too. I think I'm going to take a break from it in December. Or, when I say December, I meant to say by tomorrow, maybe, or maybe not even like tomorrow, but maybe like Tuesday. I'm going to decide by then, like, whether or not I want to keep doing any more of this. I need a little bit of time to think on how I'm feeling. It's been rough. I've been feeling depressed, like really depressed. Hi there, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. Ugh. It's been, I guess, a lot of things. Right now, this year has been completely awful for me. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people have been having depression problems through this year because of COVID, but, like, in general, the fact I've had depression before and it's bubbling up and getting worse and worse, like, oh my god. I don't think I can continue streaming for the rest of the month after today, I think, or at least, like, right now, if I'm gonna keep feeling like this, I need a break emotionally. I'm just feeling like the emotions are scattered everywhere. It's awful talking about this. At the same time, I have to, like, vent and talk about it a little bit. Like, one day I'll be perfectly fine and happy and nothing will be bothering me. Then suddenly the next day, when I'm just minding my own business, I'll start feeling depressed and upset again, and it, like, weighs down on me really hard. Hits me like a hammer, and I feel miserable, like I can't do anything, and I have to talk to somebody and, like, get a little bit of motivation to cheer myself up. It's not like I want to do it that way. It's just like, it's not really anything I can do about it. Otherwise, I'd feel like I just have, like, so much misery that I can't keep going. It sucks. It really sucks. The whole streaming this year has been rough because of that. I don't know how I've lasted as long as I have streaming with all these depression problems bothering me, honestly. Hopefully things will get better next year. It's a lot of things that are bothering me, namely just being lonely. How have you guys been in the chat? Hopefully doing a little better than what I'm doing. This year, I can't wait until I get an... Or I can say this year, I can't wait until any vaccine for this COVID stuff and it gets sorted out. That way I can try to make up for any of the stuff that I wanted to do last year and didn't get through. Or I say last year, this year that's gone over with nothing of importance happening. This year 2020 has been totally awful. Just nothing good has come up this year. I wanted to try and improve my life, try to do some good things, and it's just been stuck inside, not doing anything all year. I need an outlet, I need to do something. Give me a second or two, I'm just thinking on some stuff. I mean, there's already some stuff that's, like, decent that I can look forward to. I saw something in the news recently that actually cheered me up quite a bit. Not perfectly, but it made me feel a little better, and it's the fact that apparently stimulus checks, like the second set of the stimulus checks that came out earlier this year, supposed to be coming out in January, and considering I've been having some slight money issues from, like, stuff I've been needing to buy, and also I've been, like, desperately needing to get a new phone for mine falling apart on me. Like, I'm very much appreciative of the fact they're sending out new stimulus checks, because I'm going to need that for getting the new phone upgrade, or just getting stuff in general. Gosh. Hang on, give me just a second or two. I just need, like, a second or two to, like, think right now. Like I said, the whole depression problem has been really heavy and really bothering me, so I think it's getting me the point where it's like, it's not easy to get my words out right now. It's been very, very slow, to say the least. I think I'm going to need just a moment to, like I said earlier on my stream, I've mentioned this for anybody who's new here, I guess. I'm not the best at my commentary, I'll be honest. I have to, like, use a list of my, like, a notepad sometimes, like, you write down stuff that I want to talk about, and I'm going to check this for a second, something I want to bring up. Hang on a second, I need to check something really quickly. I just want to check on one thing. This is something I find really odd, but I saw somebody liked on the stream and then took the like away. I don't understand why. I don't really get that. It's not like it bothers me that much, but I don't really see what's the point of, like, coming up to a stream and then removing the like for... it's just like, I don't know, I found that to be really odd. It's worse, though, in my opinion, when people come up to a stream and then dislike and leave just because they don't find the stream entertaining. It's like, that's not a very good reason to dislike a stream. It's like, its button is meant for particularly bad content. I don't know. I think I nailed what I was talking about a minute ago. I think I saw somebody, well, I hate to call anybody out, but it's like, don't be that person who like, likes a video, then like, takes it away, and if somebody brings it up, just like, dislikes the video. That's not cool either, to do that crap. It's like, genuinely, what do you get out of disliking a video and leaving it just because you didn't find it to be interesting? It's like, that's kind of shitty to, like, actually harm the video's ranking and make it go down lower just because you didn't find the video interesting. Like I said earlier, and I hate to say this, like, if you really don't like a video, I guess, well, so if you don't like a video, then I guess, yeah, you dislike it. But, like, if you just find it boring, it's better to just leave it. It's not hurting anything to just not view the stream. I hate seeing people do this crap on YouTube, though, where they come on a stream and they dislike it just because they don't find it to be entertaining, and that happens more than I would like. It's not really a big deal. It's like, that makes it harder to get more people to watch, though, and I feel like I don't do bad at the streams. It's just like, not everybody's interested in my talking points. I know I'm not the best at keeping interesting conversation, but I try my best. Give me a second or two. I need to look over another thing really quickly. I don't know why I'm bothering with this right now. I probably sweat over small details on YouTube a little bit too much, actually. It can be incredibly hard to get people to actually watch and, like, not leave for some reason. People just, like, say hi, and they vanish, and then they never say anything else in a chat room. It's really, really odd to me how people come up on a stream and then disappear after they say one thing. They don't try to make any conversation. It's not like it bothers me. It's just really, really odd. It's like, I don't know. If you're not going to bother conversating and not saying anything, then why even say hi to the streamer? It doesn't really make any sense to me. It's like, if you're going to drop by, I mean, why not watch first and then decide if you're going to talk when you're, like, watching rather than say hi and leave. I don't know. Just my 2 cents on it. That's how I normally do that. Normally I would rather lurk, and then if I enjoy the stream enough, I'll start talking with the streamer and say stuff. If I don't have any interest, I won't say anything, and I'll just watch. Or even if I don't have any interest, I'll leave. Like, there's no point in saying something and getting the streamer's hopes up and then leaving. At least if it's somebody smaller who doesn't have as many viewers. Anyway. Right, where was I? I'm getting distracted by just, like, general complaints. I'm not intending to rant and take my complaints out on people. Just, there's a lot, and I mean, it's a lot bothering me right now, so it's natural. I'm probably feeling a little bit down and feeling kind of upset as a result of it, so I apologize for anybody's feeling attacked right now, because that's not my goal, but God, if I don't feel lame today, and I'm not intending to make other people feel lame as a result, just not feeling very good. I'm not feeling happy about where my life is right now, and I feel very, very upset. I can't help it if I'm feeling bad, and I'm not intending to make anybody else feel bad, so sorry if I did. I'll say that now. Hope that sounded sincere enough, because it's meant to be. Alright, let's go to another subject. I got something I want to bring up, something that'll be pretty good to talk about for a little bit. Excuse me, a little bit. I don't know why I can't speak normally sometimes, and my words get all messed up. Talking about sandbox games, actually. Hey Wayne, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. Yeah, it's been a while. Good to see you. Just been streaming for a while, doing this shiny hunt for some time. As you can see by the day counter, I'm on this for like the 10th streaming day of this, and honestly longer, since I think I started this on like the 4th of the month, and now I'm just now like resuming it properly. It has not really been going over very well, though. We're nearly at 2,500 and not getting anything. You're getting a PS5 for Christmas? That's cool. I don't know if I'm going to be getting what I'm going to be getting first, if I get anything. Like, I'm not really sure if I want to go over and visit with my parents right now after how things have been going. I've kept you guys in the loop about that, and yeah, I've been like not sure how I feel about that. I don't know if they offered help pay a little money towards a new phone, and I don't even know if I want that badly when I'm still got quite a bit. I don't know. I don't want to, and I think they can keep pushing me around. It's a sensitive subject. I don't want to talk about too much of my parents. I've been having a really, really bad day, to be honest. Not a great day. Like, I've been dealing with a lot of depression problems today. I've been feeling really miserable and just not very good, and as a result, I nearly didn't come on and stream today. I'm actually thinking, like, after today, I might take some time to myself and not stream anymore for the rest of the month, and maybe wait until, like, January before I come back, and maybe sometime for a little bit late in January before I get back to trying to do, like, a little bit of this, and even doing, like, some of these catch-up streams. I've been feeling really down and just not great. It's amazing how bad depression can make you feel. Completely screws with you, messes with your emotions. Right now, I feel completely upset and, like, uncorked by how bad my emotions have been toying with me, and, like, I just had, like, a really huge wave of, like, depression wash over me, like, suddenly today, and it was rough. I thought I was gonna break out crying, and I didn't, and I barely managed to get it to the point where I felt like I could stream. I thought I was just going to be merciless or not merciless is the right word, but like at the mercy of my emotions and just not sure what to do. It was hard. All my like problems that have been bothering me lately have just like all been bottling up inside of me and just building up in my emotions and making me feel terrible. That's what I hate about depression. It all comes out at the worst of times, and you can't control when it strikes you and makes you feel like this. It's random. It genuinely sucks. Anyway, where was I had some other stuff I wanted to talk about too, but I can't remember quite what it was. I mean, hopefully Christmas time will be good. Glad to hear you're getting a PS5 though. That sounds like that'll be nice. I don't remember what all I was gonna mention. This is actually kind of a disappointing Christmas though. Like, yeah, this is like actually a very like I don't really want to be around family like this, and especially not near my parents, and they've been making me feel upset. Also, like the depression's sucking, and there's like the matter of like COVID. Like, oh, this year has been bad, and this Christmas looks like it's not going to be a great one, frankly. And the holiday, yeah, I know what you mean. This year has been bad, and also like, well, depression around the holidays is never good either. Oh, fuck. Actually, shit. I don't know why I can't, like, think right now. It's like my brain just, like, all of a sudden just fucking completely darted off, like, topic. Like, I had something I was wanting to bring up, and then it all disappeared. It sucks when this happens. Like, you're thinking on something, and then you forget what you're talking about, and it happened to me right now for whatever reason. Whatever. I'm not gonna sweat the details and think on it too much. I have like a lot of things I've been looking at that I've been like working on my streaming topics that I want to talk about. Here's another thing I think I mentioned before I started the stream. When I started the stream, I started on talking about actually. How do you guys feel about like sandbox games out of curiosity? Like, just curious to hear general opinions on them. I play like a few different sandbox games every now and then. I played Minecraft from time to time. Minecraft is something I'm pretty interested in playing, but I don't play it super often. I enjoy it though. Minecraft's something I feel like I can go back to. It's weird where I've had like a lot of points where Minecraft, I feel like sometimes I have like literally no interest in it. I think part of the whole thing of like it being pushed by mainstream, it can get a little bit too in your face sometimes, and I don't love seeing any game get like shoved up in my attention just because like a lot of people are playing it, and that's one thing that bothers me. But like, I guess it's just like it's partially dependent on like the feeling I'm in too. Like, I don't mind playing it. I don't really love it. I enjoy like setting goals and playing it every now and then. Yeah, I think I can relate to that. I don't play Minecraft a whole lot. I haven't really modded it properly because I've been wanting to beat it in hardcore mode. I don't think I've mentioned it on like other streams. I never end up getting very far, and as a result, I end up like not really getting to what I want to do with the game and messing around with mods. I probably should just try out mods and stop caring about it, but I mean, it's not really a big deal. Honestly, sandbox games in general are pretty fun to mess around with. I don't really play them very often. I've never played, like, Grand Theft Auto any, I don't think, and I never played Red Dead Redemption, so I can't comment on those games. And I played some of, like... Yeah, I played some of them, what was it, I remember Saints Row, like, the series there. I played, like, 3 and 4, and those are pretty alright games. I mean, those are a little bit different. I don't know if they're properly qualifiable as sandbox. I think people qualify most games that have like open world as sandbox nowadays, so whatever. Mario Odyssey is actually pretty good for that, actually, in terms of sandbox stuff. Like, even after you finish the game, like, you genuinely have a pretty good amount of things you can do to goof around with, even just like mobility stuff and messing around. Obtuse trait that it's sandbox games share. I don't know if I'd say there's like a Well, I don't know if there's like a huge trait they share. I think most sandbox games have the same, like, general thing of being, like, fairly open games. I think there are quite a few sandbox games that have open worlds, and also, usually sandbox games prioritize, like, free roam exploration or creating stuff and, like, creativity. Like, Gmod is another big sandbox game, and I like to play Gmod quite a bit, but I also... Oh. I didn't realize what happened, but I accidentally walked out of the temple. Guess we're going back inside now so we can do this really quick and get this moving again. Anyway, let's get back on track since we did that. Got too distracted when I was trying to set the pattern. Because I was doing a lot of things to make. Yeah, that's basically what they're like, I'd say, overall. I mean, it's not too far off the mark. I'd think, like, Gary's mod's pretty good. You can create a lot of stuff. You can do all sorts of things, and there's usually some big open maps. It's a very, very interesting game where you kind of can set your own goals. That's basically the essence of a sandbox game, I feel like, is usually the whole biggest thing is usually you don't have to rely on having, like, a lot you need to think of to do in the game. Usually creating your own objective is a pretty easy thing to do and pretty easy to get it. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get, like, a sandbox game and just mess around and get, like, get a sandbox game and play around and set your own goals for it. Gmod's good about that. Pokemon 2-pack with Sword and Shield 1 and 50 assists. Let me think for a second, actually. For one game, you pay 60, and for 30 more, you're paying for getting your hands on, like, also the DLC, so that's 90. Also, on top of that, let's see, so you combine the pricing. I'm just thinking of this for a second, for, like, at least the value. That would be... Well, you're saving $30 if you really wanted to get both games, but I wouldn't personally recommend getting it unless you're a hardcore fan of, like, Pokemon. It's just my 2 cents, and that's also if you want Sword and Shield. I feel like a lot of people also would buy this game, but I don't know if I would recommend it. I mean, if your sister wants it, I guess, yeah, there's that. If you're going to get your hands on a Pokemon game and you had to get your hands on this, then I'd say get your hands on one game and the DLC rather than both. Hold on a second. GTA for messing around. And the online open worlding different lobbies to play mini games. Interesting. I mean, yeah, GTA's pretty alright. I'd say it's a decent game series. None of the GTA Online stuff. I don't really play GTA. I know it's a decent game for, like, sandbox stuff, though. I'm surprised they haven't made a GTA 6, actually. GTA 5's been around for a long time now. It's definitely... I've thought about playing it, I just haven't had the interest in it. I mean, it's an alright looking game. For whatever reason, I never got into... Oh shit, I finally got it after all this time! Yes! Thank you, game! Thank you! Oh, I'm so glad it's done! Oh, I was about to cry from how long I'd been playing. Okay, I can't talk any. I've got to shut my fucking mouth and just focus on not shiny failing. That's all we can do right now is to try. After all this time, I've got my shiny to pop up. I was so ready to give up hope and just throw in the towel. It's finally here. It's not even that amazing of a shiny, but I'm glad it's done. Okay, I'm gonna switch. I don't think I've got much risk here. I mean, it might be a little dangerous, but I'm gonna try an Icy Wind. I'm gonna try to weaken this guy and try to approach him with trying to chip damage him. And of course he fucking wakes up. You bastard. Okay. I think even with the crit, I'm okay with the Icy Wind. Let me see. Yeah. I'm not doing that again, though. I feel like if I strike it again with another... or strong, or even, like, weak attack, it's really possible it's gonna backfire and kill it. Okay, I checked this thing really carefully. It can't kill itself unless it struggles, so I can take my time with this. I'm gonna do full restore on Gallade. I need it to be alive right now. Sorry if my commentary is gonna be a little bit lacking right now. I need my focus right at this moment. I mean, I think this is a natural reaction for anybody doing shiny hunting, is like, you focus so that you don't end up fucking up when you get to the big important part of catching the shiny Pokemon. Also, we were talking about, like, whether or not your sister should get, like, the double pack or whatever earlier. I don't think I would recommend getting a double pack unless you're dead set on it. I think the best thing you could do if you could see if your sister wants Sword and Shield. Also, on top of that, like, check about it, like, Let's Go, which one she's got more interest in, and on top of that, like, if she says Let's Go, I guess get Let's Go, but I would look into maybe getting a refurbished copy if she couldn't even tell the difference, and then, like, as long as you could get the DLC, like, downloaded on her Switch without her noticing it, you could probably, like, get it and then surprise her with it as, like, a Christmas present. It's not been, like, necessary, but it would be a possible solution to do. I don't know if that'd work out or not. That'd be, like, a decent opinion, or say a decent thing to do, in my opinion. Come on, catch! Come on, catch! You bastard! That was, like, literally one shake off. Catch this fucker! I spent so many, like, Dynamite ore and money on Premier Balls. Now it's just catching this fucking thing after all this time I threw in this fucking shiny hunt. I wasted 10 days in-game, and I wasted, like, nearly 20 hunting this thing. If I fuck this up now, I'm going to fucking scream like a fucking baby, because I don't want that happening. Ugh. You know, it's funny, when I looked at this, like, shiny sprite, I genuinely thought that I wouldn't be able to tell that it was shiny right at the bat, and yet I was able to notice it was different, like, really quickly. Can you not fucking miss every hypnosis? Thank you. Okay, bag. How many heals do I have, actually? It's only 60. Got 10 here. Got a full restore. Vibes. That's not a lot to work off of, is it? Okay, we'll do Max Potion really quickly. By the way, what have you been playing in the meantime? Like, you've been playing for games right now, Wayne, just out of curiosity? I haven't really been doing, like, a whole lot of my games, actually. I've been playing mostly, like, Tetris 99 in my spare time. Okay. You want to keep doing this. I'm going to take a... Well, as I said, I was going to take a risk. Maybe I shouldn't. I was going to say, yeah, I should go for a false swipe again and try to knock it down even lower on its health, but actually that might be a bad idea. It's like, personally, it's mostly been Tetris 99, yeah. I've been looking into some other stuff to play in my spare time. I think like, looking at my Steam library. I haven't really played anything recently in quite some time off of it, though. I think I have, like, that problem most people have where I have, like, a ton of, like, PC games that I've never touched on Steam that I've been meaning to play. I think a lot of people have that problem where they have a bloated Steam library, though. Oh my fucking god! Will you just catch? Oh dear. Can't have that. We need you to fucking fall asleep again. There we go. Special unit Cyberpunk. Their refund. Fail of all time. Yeah, I heard about people, like, complaining about it, and I know Sony took it off the, like, PlayStation store for being apparently too buggy, like, not meeting their promises. I know Microsoft and Sony have both, like, given them hell about the game, and they've both been, like, refunding it. I'm not surprised. It doesn't look like an amazing game overall, like, especially with, like, the bugs, but also in general, like, game has some definite problems I can tell that are very prevalent, like, It seems like the story's not the most interesting. I'm just coming from perspective of somebody who's never played it, but like I was watching some people play it. Like I watched Donkey play it for some time on his stream, and I've got to say, I did not find anything on like watching it to be very interesting or very exciting. It was one of those scenarios where it was actually just like, this took all these years, and this was like their big game they were working on. This is what they had the show for all these years. Is this? Like, it looked like the story was like super boring, in my opinion. I don't know. I hope I don't end up fucking running out of like moves to use. I don't know how long it's gonna last before it fucking runs out of different PowerPoints on it. Shit. Maybe I should just catch it in a fucking Ultra Ball or something. Or use my Master Ball. I don't know. Shit, what do I do here? I think it's okay. I'm gonna keep waiting on this for a while before I switch over to Master Ball. Should've brought a Pokemon that can heal it. Actually, fuck, I might be better off fucking switching sooner. Because I know it's gonna fucking run out in a little bit. At least it might, since it keeps using Laser Focus. That's not even an attack anymore. Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking chance this. I've came way too far. If I let this thing fucking escape me after fucking wasting all this time, I'm gonna fucking cry, so... not gonna chance it. There we go. If I really wanted to fucking risk it all, yeah, that'd be another story, but... not when I fucking came up this long of a shiny hunt trying to get it. Oh, that is a huge relief. That was like something I was sure would not happen anytime soon, and I'd not get any result. Let's see, where's our number at? 2447. Not bad. And a pretty good shiny to boot. I'm not gonna lie. Dragon Orb Pokemon. Let's see what it say here. Body is composed of crystallized dragon energy. Regidrago said to have the powers of every dragon Pokemon. That's interesting and very odd. But okay. Let me see. Where the game saves get corrupted. Don't load. Hold on. Oh yeah, I got Keanu Reeves. Yeah. That game's of all time at the moment. Yeah, I've heard people talking about how it's not been a great game. Oh well, whatever. Just goes to show sometimes that the hype isn't actually worth it at all. That it's actually not really a good deal to get too invested in all the hype, and better to just keep your expectations in check. You never really know what you're getting into with that kind of thing. Okay, right. Now that I've caught this thing, and I really didn't want to jump to my Master Ball, but I didn't want to throw any chances. I'm going to go heal really quick, save, and I'm going to switch. Wait, I was going to say switch. Yeah, I guess I'll switch my profile. I wasn't going to yet, but I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to switch it up, and then once I do, we'll take on some Isle of Armor stuff I need to get over with on my main profile. And then once I get done with that, we'll go take care of so yeah, I'm going to take care of some stuff on Isle of Armor, and I'm going to stop after I get done. I just want to put in a little bit of time to get, like, some stuff that I've been meaning to do out of the way, like, as quickly as I can, and then I'm going to stop, because I don't feel like I have the urge in me to start on the next shiny hunt right off the bat. I mean, I'm going to do it, probably start tomorrow, but after that, I'm going to need a little bit of a resting point. Oh man, I don't think there's like really any big games to be like excited about right now after Cyberpunk. I mean, I guess there's a few things like Breath of the Wild 2 is coming along, and then we don't know about Metroid and like No More Heroes too much. By the way, I'm curious, I know you bought Breath of the Wild back when it was at launch. Did you pick up like Age of Calamity, or have you not decided to buy it? Like, I personally haven't got it from the lack of money right now, and I have an interest in it. Like, I do want to check it out. Like, I've been paying attention to it, and thought about getting it. I like the Zelda series a lot, so I mean, naturally, checking up on what it's like has been something that's just been a fairly decent idea, in my opinion. I don't know. That's weird. I heard something in my apartment sounded kind of funny. Maybe it was just me. I heard weird creaking. I thought maybe I was hearing the door or something. I don't know, whatever. Not really a big deal. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Why am I walking? I can fly on the taxi back over to where I need to go. I'm taking the slow route unintentionally. However, still plays kind of choppy. Like wasting your money for it. Let me guess, you played the demo? Yeah, I don't really blame you, although I don't recall the, like, deluxe version they ported over to the Switch being, like, something that had, like, any issues of being choppy, so I don't know. It's just me, though. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, right. Where was I? Age of Calamity's interesting looking. I hear the story was, like, changed to... Also, hang on a second. I'm going to check this, but I don't think I saved the game yet. I need to remind myself to do this right fucking now. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. If I don't save this game, I could lose my shiny. And God knows I don't want to lose it, so I'm going to do the old triple or quadruple save most people do, even though it's unnecessary just for the sake of getting my data saved. There. That way there's no risk of me running, like, losing this thing. Now I'm completely sure I'm okay. Okay. Let me move my Pokemon to where they're in a better spot. What all is, like, announced again for next year? I don't remember. There's, like, a lot of stuff that's, like, being, like, a lot of stuff that's coming out, excuse me. Like, I don't remember, like, all the big games that are going to be released next year. All I can remember, like, some of the stuff I mentioned before. I know Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be pretty decent, and I'm still looking forward to Breath of the Wild 2 by quite a little bit, but outside of that, I can't think of any others. I might bring this thing just for the sake of weakening Pokemon. Oh yeah, Gallade needs to be with me for using for Hypnosis. I think that's all I need in the box. Here we go, save the game. There's No More Heroes 3 on the eShop site 2020. Oh, that's weird. Did they forget to update the release date? That's bizarre. You'd think they would be on top of that, that they would actually put a little bit of focus into making sure they changed the release date instead of, like, leaving it. I don't know. Just me. I thought they would have changed it for sure. They definitely delayed it until 2021, though. You'd think they would have, like, remembered that they were going to be doing it in 2021. I'm sure it's not going to be too long. It seems like the game's, like, fairly far into development, so I don't know why they're put it there, though. That's really weird. I mean, I could have understood if it was like the other two, but those are already released. Speaking of which, have you played the No More Heroes stuff, or have you just played, like, have you played the No More Heroes stuff, or have you not played it? I haven't played it until, like, recently. I played No More Heroes 1, and I have yet to play 2 yet, because I picked it up off of, like, the Nintendo eShop, and I was very, very interested in checking out the series for the first time, so I picked that up so I could see what it was like. I heard good things about it, and I wanted to see what it was like. I gotta say, I did enjoy what I played out of No More Heroes. It was good, very good. Yeah, that's really weird they haven't updated that. I think it's like that with, like, some eShop games. Not that surprising that there's, like, issues with that, so yeah, I don't know. Sometimes there's some really, really weird discrepancies on the eShop. Okay, let me just move these guys back to another box where they're, like, all together. Doesn't matter where, as long as they're in a box somewhere. Say box 25 or something. That'll work. Yeah, there we go. I hope Metroid Prime 4 does good. Somebody mentioned, like, Metroid Prime 4, like, they said they were glad they were taking their time on it, since it's like, say, Cyberpunk was like a classic example of like how not to handle a game like this. I can't really say I completely disagree, but I don't know if that's like a like relevant argument to make. I mean, just because they're both games that are being worked on for some time, it's like I don't feel like there's a huge problem of it being rushed. It had to be restarted in development. That doesn't mean the game was going to turn out bad if they were quick on their turnout time. Hopefully, Metroid Prime 4 will be good. It's been way too long since we got good Metroid stuff. Also, there's like a lot of anniversaries coming up next year. It's going to be exciting to see what all's new next year. I hope we get some really good announcements next year. Okay, give me a second. I think I just need to go over to my... Oh, wait. That's right. I was going to say, we're going to go to my boxes. That's not a necessary thing. Oh, what am I doing? We're going to the Isle of Armor right now, so... Give me a second. I have to reopen a thing I had for before where I made like a little Word document of all of the different, like, Pokemon I need to complete my Isle of Armor Pokédex. I need to find that now so I can reopen it. Yeah, next year will hopefully be better. The only thing that worries me about next year is the fact that we're still recovering from COVID, so, I mean, who knows exactly how things will go, but considering we're on the verge of getting, like, a vaccine, I'd say, yeah, we're probably okay. We're probably going to be fine since we're getting a vaccine, like, really soon. Okay, let's start with the... Let me check my decks, actually. I was going to say, to just, like, look into this, but let's actually look at my Pokédex, see what I need for, like, stuff left over here. There's 6 more Pokemon. Technically, I've got... Well, yeah, it's about 6 that are unseen, technically speaking, and also there's one... there's one that's... it's uncaught that I have seen, apparently. I think I know what that's referring to, actually. If I'm not mistaken. I think? Shit, no, whatever. I think I know what it's talking about. I've got all the stuff listed here. Yeah, I think we're getting plenty of Pokemon stuff next year, or at least probably something, because I know next year is the big anniversary of Pokemon, so I think we're going to see something. Usually they develop something, like, yearly, so I think it's safe to assume that we're going to end up seeing something big next year. Okay, give me a second. I'm just reading this. I shouldn't have been so slow, but... Right. There's Scissor, which we need in the wild, so... Scissor's going to be a minute before we go out and get it. We have to finish, like, a little bit of what's left in there. I haven't done the Kung-Fu shit yet, so that's 2 things I can't get. I need Porygon stuff, which I need for Trait Evolution, so I need somebody's help, preferably, like, C's helping me out with that, so that's going to wait a little bit. So, right, now I remember the other thing I could evolve. Let me get my shiny Galarian Slowpoke out. I've had this thing for a while, so where is it? Where did I put her? Oh, I got something else actually recently. This little oopsie that I've had sitting around here. I was going to show you guys before. I have like a bunch of shiny legendaries I've done on stream, but also this thing in the Azelf I got off stream. And this thing I got like just doing like a short amount of raids. Really pretty. Stumbled into that. God, I do enjoy getting shiny Pokemon because they're usually really nice to look at. Okay, I'm going to move one of my guys back in here, actually. I guess you'll be back in here so I can evolve my Slowpoke. I hope Pokemon Snap, like the new Pokemon Snap, ends up being really good, actually. I'm looking forward to that. Hold on a second. We should get the shiny counter off the screen if I didn't already... Remember, yeah, we need to pull this off the screen. There's no point in having that up anymore. We've already finished collecting Regidrago, so now we can take that off the screen. Oops, hit the wrong button. I think there's like a rumor of like a lot of stuff actually coming next year for Pokemon. I don't imagine you've seen it. I don't know if it's actually true, but there was like a big leak supposedly regarding Pokemon. I'll bring it up in a second. I need to find this item I got. I don't know where the fuck it's at. Like a specific item to evolve Slowpoke, and I don't know where the hell it's at, actually. It's the only problem. It's like a... Is it a hold item I'm thinking of? Yeah, Galarka Wreath. There we go. This is probably one of the most underwhelming looking shinies overall, but it's not bad looking. I'm gonna get this out of the way now. Galarian Slowking. Anyway, like I was saying while it's evolving, and there's like a number of different things that are rumored. One of them is that there's supposedly going to be a collection of like older titles coming to the Switch with like Gen 1 through some other stuff. I don't know like what all was like rumored. I know that was part of it. Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. I think like several different games were rumored to be in this collection. I think it might have been up to like Gen 6 or 7 maybe. I'd have to like look up the details, see what the rumor suggested this was going to be. So yeah, I don't really know the exact specifics about that, to be honest. Also, another like big rumor that's circulating is involving the Gen 4 remake. That's been something that's been like circulating for a while, though. I think a lot of people have been expecting it, and I think Gen 4 remake's finally going to come about. There's also been like some teasing of stuff with like Dialga and Palkia from a Pokemon company, so yeah, I think we're finally at the point where they're ready to remake Diamond and Pearl and stop toying with everybody's feelings regarding those games. I never really got like super into Gen 4 like a lot of people did, but I know there's a lot of love for it, and I can see where people like it. I don't blame people for liking it, frankly. I'm not the biggest fan of those games. I enjoyed Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but yeah, I do not have the same care for those two games. It'll be nice to see if they get remakes. I think the other big piece of news was just regarding like more remakes, because there's rumors that in 2022 there's going to be like another set of Let's Go remakes for like Gen 2, so supposedly there's that. I don't know if there's anything else that I forgot about this Pokemon leak that I heard about, though. There's like a few things that were mentioned. I think I've covered everything, but if I didn't, then whatever. I'll look the details up later and see if I remember. I need to look at my stuff. Give me a second. Let's see. We take Slowking out the listing now. We don't have to deal with Porygon yet. Okay, so I gotta go in here and get the next Pokemon. That's what it was. Okay, easy enough. Let me switch my Pokemon around. There's so many different anniversaries coming up next year. What have we got again? We got Metroid's anniversary is next year, I believe. Zelda's anniversary is up next year as well. There's also, let's see, I mentioned those two, like Metroid and Zelda. Those are big ones. I think there's another Nintendo franchise I'm forgetting that's next year. Oh yeah, there might have been, I think I heard rumors of a new Donkey Kong game, but I don't know if there's any type of anniversary for it. They've got a lot of like stuff that's getting like anniversaries next year, and hopefully it'll be stuff that won't just amount to nothing, and they'll actually end up showing us some stuff, but I guess we can't get our hopes up, hopefully, though. What are you guys expecting or hoping from next year? Kind of game franchises, I'm curious. I think Metroid is my number one most wanted thing for next year, whether it be 2D or 3D. That'd be nice to see Metroid finally get more recognition again. It's just been too long, frankly. Okay, I guess we just go ahead and go in. I don't really care about waiting any. I don't really care about Pokemon, so I mean, I'll pay attention if they do more Let's Go stuff like I'm interested in, but outside of that, I'm not really going to have any cares about whether or not they announce any Pokemon stuff. Also, I'm not reading this, not really caring about dealing with this right now. Yeah, I know about all the students. I don't care. I just want to get through this. Ugh. Actually, come to think of it, like, there's not a lot game-wise that I can think of that I have, like, a lot of interest in coming up next year. I mean, there's some stuff that's kind of neat. I remember the Game Awards. Did we talk about that? I think we did already, but, like, I don't remember a lot of, like, great stuff from it. I remember there was some pretty decent stuff, like Mass Effect, that was worth talking about. What all were the big announcements again? Mass Effect? Obviously, Sephiroth. That was another big one. Actually, since we brought up the Game Awards and the announcement there, like, I forget, did you pick up the second Fighter Pass in Smash or not, Wayne? I don't remember. I haven't got it yet, and I've been missing out on, like, how Sephiroth is. Like, I genuinely kind of want to check out how he plays, and I do think he looks pretty good, so yeah, I'd like to try the DLC now if there's a character I have a little bit of interest in. Okay, Hydro Pump, I don't care, we're just fucking gonna blaze through this quickly. Let me see. Why isn't the Switch Online service Earthbound? Or 3 in the... Yeah, I know what you mean about that. I don't know why we still don't have Mother 3 after all these years. It's been so long. We've waited for God knows how long, and we haven't gotten anything, like, Earthbound related very often. Like, the one exception is I think we got it, like, Earthbound on Wii U, and we got also like Mother 1 on Wii U, and that's literally it. Outside of that, it's been not much. It's kind of been very, very lame to say the least. Like, yeah, we could have gotten a lot more. I remember when they, like, released Mother 3 on Wii U Virtual Console, and they completely fucking skipped out on releasing it on, in, like, the Wii U and English. They didn't release it here. They don't want us to have the game, it seems like. It seems like there's too many issues for them to acknowledge that it would be probably, like, a good selling game in the US. They don't seem to want us to play it because of all the controversy in it. Smashing everybody that passes the cart. And he's not liking it up wasting your money. I don't know, I've been getting, like, a pretty decent time out of most of the characters. I think that, like, Fighter Pass 1, I enjoyed most of my purchases, and Fighter Pass 2 I haven't actually bought yet. Like, the only thing I don't feel like I really cared about in Fighter Pass 1 was Byleth and also Joker, and the other 3 I get quite a decent amount of use out of, so it's like, yeah, I'll keep using the characters. I mean, why not? I do enjoy using them, so might as well continue using them. I don't know. It's really, really personally, like, I've found decent value out of it. Fighter Pass 2, on the other hand, I've not found a lot that I've, like, really wanted to look into. Not really a lot that I've been as interested in. Especially the first 2 revealed characters. Sephiroth's been fairly interesting. I find it neat how they, like, released him early, but he had where you had to beat him. Can't really get him if you know the DLC, though. I'm not surprised they did that, though. That's like, yeah, they aren't going to get away for free. Bah, I lost. Pretty strong, aren't you? Hey, the newbie won. Alright, so why am I reading this? I said I wasn't going to read it. I mean, it's not bad, but, like, I don't care about reading this dialogue. Anyway, where was I? Look at that. 4 DLC characters. Some stars are reading their playstyles. I feel bad to playstyle. Even until you don't care for Min Min in Minecraft. Yeah, I can't really blame you. Neither of the characters have been, like, characters I was interested in. I'm not sure if I have the biggest amount of interest in Sephiroth, but I do think he looks kind of neat. I'm very upset they deconfirmed Gino, and now Gino has, like, no chance of getting in Smash now. That's something that really sucks, actually. Do I really need to wear the stupid dojo outfit? I don't care too much. I mean, if I end up having to wear it, whatever, it's not really that big of a deal. I just want to get on to the fucking quest already that I need to do. Free trials, what is this? I don't want to do this. I want to do the fucking part where I get the Pokemon I'm missing. I don't remember how you do this. I think you have to, like... I might just catch the scissor offline, because I don't remember how the hell you actually get it. I might just look at what you're supposed to do with that. Whatever, though. Let me see. Alrighty. This hopes. No, he's troll. Yeah, I know what you mean. He seems like he really doesn't want Geno fans to get the satisfaction in the character in. I'm sure he wanted Gino into an extent. He talked about how much he liked him, thought he'd be a good pick, but yeah, he doesn't seem like he's interested in putting him in. He didn't give him a mention when they mentioned the costume. Like, Gino got no fanfare or anything. He's not in the game. He got shafted for Sephiroth, and I know Sephiroth's more popular, but Gino just got a very, very poor reception. I'm sad that Gino has, like, just been and, like, left there without any noteworthy, anything. He got a Mii Fighter costume and didn't even get, like, a specialty Mii Fighter costume, which kind of actually sucks a little bit to think honestly, Gino's good character, and I would have liked to have seen Gino, like, get in the game as a proper character. It's not like it's that big of a deal, but it does suck a little bit, honestly. Yeah, I think I'm going to save the scissor thing for getting it off stream, and I'll do this main quest to this, like, Isle of Armor thing really quick where I go and do the towers. Can I just ignore the slowpokes and fucking move along without actually doing it? I don't really care about doing this. I mean, to be frank, if I really wanted to do this on stream, I guess we could start up another profile and do it, but I'm not really interested in worrying about this. Honestly, I hope Waluigi can still get in Smash. I'd have, like, very few fighter picks I wanted in Smash. Gino was one of them, but, like, God, knowing Gino got deconfirmed was actually kind of gutting. I think Waluigi's the Chancer dead to me. I want to have hope. I don't know if he's got a chance or not. Honestly, that's a tough one to answer. Waluigi, I feel like, deserves a slot in Smash and is a very good character. Like, honestly, Waluigi is the kind of character that's, like, had a lot of support and also is, like, fairly well known in Mario, and especially the, like, spin-offs. I think Waluigi is certainly a good pick for DLC, but I don't think Sakurai is going to add him, so it seems like Sakurai is taken to making Waluigi into a joke where he continually makes fun of the character. I remember when they revealed that he was an assist trophy, they ended up having him be, like, one of the characters that got killed off just because they were showing that you could kill assist trophies. It's like, is there no limit to how many times they're going to, like, intentionally show Waluigi in a poor light? They had, like, I think they made, like, a picture of him, like, showing sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you work, you can't get into Smash, and they had Waluigi on, like, Smash 4 for something like this. It's like, I don't think Waluigi's going to ever get in, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong, though. I want to be proven wrong. I like Waluigi. Out of all the fighter picks I've got, like, there's only, like, 2 more I can think of that are left now that Gino's gone. Waluigi was one of them, and I hope he can get in, and I don't know if he's going to have a chance to get in. And the other one is Phoenix Wright, and I don't feel like there's a super high chance of that either. I think Phoenix Wright's popularity is a little bit on the low side, so I think Phoenix Wright's very likely to not get in. Yeah, I feel like Waluigi is just kind of, unfortunately, in that little limbo of not likely going to get in the game. It's unfortunate, but I mean, there's not anything I can do about it, and nothing we can really do about it in general. I think most of us would be happy to see him get in the game, but oh well, not the end of the world, not that big of a deal, but it'd be nice if he did. Ugh. Hold on a second, I'm just checking on something. I think I got this in my box, yeah. Yeah, there's my shiny that I collected. I'm gonna save the game, actually, even though I don't need to, because I got this Regidrago over here where it's all safe. 2 Final Fantasy characters? Yeah, I know what you mean. Also, on top of that, what's even more insulting when you really look at it is the fact that out of all the characters they could have picked for Final Fantasy, they went for fucking Sephiroth and went for putting 2 characters from the same Final Fantasy game in Smash Bros. Like, the only decent part of this is that Sephiroth is the villain, and I don't think we have any third-party villains in Smash yet, so there's that. That's, like, the only upside to this when you really look at it. That's all I can think of, and I guess they added more music. That's all there is that's, like, decent to this, though. There's really not much upside that's there. And it genuinely sucks, honestly. I'd be much happier if they had put in another character, though. Let's see. This is the water tower. I want to do the water tower or the dark tower. I think I'm going to do... Just do the water here, I think. Or do I even have the Cub Fu? Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to fucking get Slowpoke. They won't let me do this. That's no wonder. I can't go after getting my hands on the Cub Fu until I do this, I guess. Let me see. What's the objective say? Chase down the fast Slowpoke. Yeah, okay. Lovely. Alright, let me figure out where the hell they're at. I'm going to have to probably battle them and knock them out. I mean, I could catch them, but I don't see any need to. This is one thing I'm not a big fan of. This DLC, like I don't mind the Crown Tundra stuff. I think that's actually pretty good, but the way they handled the Isle of Armor, I don't know if this was great. It just added more Pokemon into the game, which isn't a bad thing. They should have had all the Pokemon to begin with, which is stupid they didn't, but it, like, feels like a pointless DLC, mostly. Just the bigger open area to explore. Let me see. Pac-Man, give me another character. Real table. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Miss Pac-Man would have been the character type who's like another Echo Fighter clone, if we're really talking the right wording, considering the fact that we know they're clones and they changed the naming to avoid pissing people off. But yeah, I feel like, yeah, we genuinely... They would have gotten her as an Echo Fighter. I'm surprised they didn't do anything for, like, Echo Fighters, like, DLC or something by this point. I don't know, just my 2 cents. I'm glad they went with unique fighters, but I'm not sure if I'm happy with the way all of it's turned out. It's not bad DLC, just not great. I will say the Smash Ultimate DLC has been way better than the way they handled Smash 4 DLC. I hear Sephiroth's kind of broken, actually. Funny how out of all the characters that Square can get in for another character, they'd pick another fucking Fire Emblem. Let's say Fire Emblem. Let's say Final Fantasy. Why can't I get my wording straight? They'd pick another Final Fantasy character over something more significant. They could have picked, like, so many characters, and they go to Final Fantasy. I mean, I hear Sora can't get in because of Disney, so I guess there's that, but that's, like, the only thing I can think of that gets in the way. And then they didn't even consider Geno, I bet. I bet Geno was so unpopular to Square that they didn't even want him in the game. Which is kind of sad, actually. Makes me feel like Geno kind of robbed of a slot a little bit. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but still, it does suck that Geno didn't get in. I'm still a little bit sore about that. There we go. Good. Out of curiosity, what's everyone's picks? I think we talked about this before, but like, what all do you guys want to see for fighters in Smash still? I think I'd be satisfied with... Oops, I meant to kill this thing. Whatever. But yeah, I want to see maybe Phoenix Wright or Waluigi I've mentioned. I mean, there's some other picks I'd be okay with. I don't have any particular ones I care about, but like, certainly don't want to see more Fire Emblem. I feel like Fire Emblem is a series that's had enough Smash representation, and by God, we do not need to see another Fire Emblem fighter in the game. I wouldn't mind another first-party fighter, but I don't know how likely that is. Like, obviously I mentioned Waluigi, but I mean, I think Pokemon might get another fighter since we don't have, like, a grass Pokemon for starters in the game yet, so I think that might be a possible pick for new DLC fighter. I remember Doomguy was like a really, really requested pick during Fighter Pass 1. I'd actually be down for Doomguy. Doomguy would be kind of cool. I remember when the last, like, DLC was being revealed, and then they revealed, like, Violet. Everybody was so upset. Also, just, like, in general, I think, yeah, everybody wanted to have a third-party character. That would have been way more hype. That was genuinely one of the worst ways to end the final Fighter Pass, was by fucking having a goddamn Fire Emblem character that pretty much nobody wanted to be in the game as like the final character that was revealed. They could have done so many other choices, and they picked fucking Byleth over anything. Like, I'm sure even in terms of first-party characters, there are more requested and desirable characters than Byleth. Let me see. He's in throwing around. Or if I'm 3 Houses character based off Super Nintendo. He did that? Yeah, I don't know. I hope you're right about them not putting anything more Fire Emblem in the game, but I don't think the chances of that are super high. Watch me be proven wrong and they end up putting some character from like another Fire Emblem game, like an older one or some shit in the game, just to piss more people off, like as if we didn't already have plenty more than enough Fire Emblem characters. I think we have like almost as many Fire Emblem characters as any other franchise in the game. I'm not sure if they're the most that are represented in Smash Bros, but if you checked, I'm pretty sure they'd be very much bordering on like most represented franchise in Smash, and God knows it is not popular enough to deserve all the representation they've got. I feel like we have too much Smash too much. I say Smash. I'm gonna say too much Fire Emblem representation as it is. So, yeah, we don't need more. That's for certain. You know, I forgot to link this on the Discord. I'm not really concerned anymore, but like, amazing the one time I forget to actually link my stream. The one time that I find that I actually get my shiny. Ugh. I'm glad it's done, though. I'm really glad it's done. Oh, man. Whew. I wonder what... Oh, actually, you know, I mentioned something earlier and I forgot, actually. The NES and, like, SNES Online are still really lacking. Like, there's a lot of games that are missing. I know most of it's, like, third-party on NES, but, like, in general, there's a lot of stuff that could be added. Also, now that Geno is, like, officially deconfirmed, there's literally no reason why Super Mario RPG shouldn't be allowed up on, in, like, the SNES Online app. I don't understand why they're waiting on it so long. Yeah, here, get your uniform back so we can actually continue. I don't care to keep waiting that much longer. Give me my Cub Fu already so I can complete the Pokédex. Anyway, where was I? Let me see. I should not playing it again. I don't really think I would blame you. I haven't played in a while. That's not because I haven't been, like, interested. I just haven't had much urge to play right now. Do I really have to do this? I've got both. I mean, I don't mind, but, like, why do I really need to sit here and pick one of these? I've already got them handy. I'll do the Bulbasaur then. Actually, wait a second. Should I? I think I'll go for this. Yeah, why not? I've got grass Pokemon that'll work well, so sure. Not grass, I mean, I got grass and I got fire. I can handle it. I can make it work. I think they're going to put fire out, but I mean, I can use something in my party to work against this. Okay, right. Like I was saying. Actually, why am I talking about fire? I need grass because they're going to be using Blastaways to fight me if I have to deal with that. Getting distracted. Ugh. I could not give less of a shit about the Isle of Armor campaign. Like, this is not holding my attention right now. Anyway, let's see. What were we talking about? We're talking about a bunch of stuff. Also, I'm not changing the subject after all. I was talking about, like, the NES games. I don't want to talk about that right away. I want to talk about that a little more, the NES and SNES games. I want to talk about that in a minute. I don't like how comfortable Nintendo's gotten with the whole thing about, like, releasing limited time products. That's something that's been bothering me. Where's the... Oh, there he is. There's Mustard, so I can talk about what the next part of this is. Oh, it's this thing. You use this to, like, get apricorn balls, I think. I don't really care about that too much, though. Anyway. Do I really have to sit here and waste time this crap before I can actually fucking get the Pokemon I want? I'll get the mushrooms. I think I'm going to save the game, because I don't mind doing this, but I mean, I don't intend to waste too much longer doing this crap. Okay, well, I guess this makes things a little easier. Anyway, like I was saying, and good beef there, a roughy character comes. First DLC is already pretty bad. It would be bad, I'm sure. I don't know if they had the balls to do it again. I think they realize people are not going to be cool with it. Maybe they don't care and they'll announce another Fire Emblem fighter anyway. Like I was saying, I don't like how comfortable they've gotten with, like their limited time releases. First Mario, like the whole Super Mario 3D All-Stars thing. Now they're doing it with Mario 35, and that'll be gone in March. And then there's that Fire Emblem thing they're doing with, like, the original Fire Emblem on NES is apparently, like, limited time release. Why is this suddenly a trend? I think they, like, Doug Bowser was, like, interviewed about some stuff recently, and he claimed this was all going to be, like, temporary, and there weren't going to be more, or, like, limited releases. I don't believe that for a second. I feel like that's the most bullshit, like, quick excuse they thought of just to try and take the heat off of them, and so they wouldn't get criticized. It's like, do we really need to deal with, like, more of this crap where we're getting all these different, like, limited release games? I don't know anybody who wants to put up with it. It sucks. If they keep doing this, I'm going to be very hesitant to keep buying their games. How much you want to bet, like, since next year's probably going to be Zelda-focused, and I have a good feeling we're going to have, like, a collection, or at least something, or, like, some limited releases that are, like, Zelda games with the time limit attached to them. Like, they'll probably do, like, the remakes from the Wii U, like, ported over with, like, a limited time release or a collection of them. It's like limited release, and they'll use this exact same line of logic for why these games are on a limited release. It's like, I don't like that they're showing so much comfort with this. It's like, stop. Nobody wants this. Please, for God's sake. This is not how you make, like, goodwill with your like, community. I hate dealing with this. How do you guys feel about that in general? I'm just curious to hear about everyone's opinions on these limited release games. I don't mind that it is the case with, like, 3D All-Stars, but I don't really like it very much. I mean, I'm glad I picked it up because I wanted to play the games again anyway, but, like, I don't want to see this continue. It sucks seeing a game that's, like, specifically being released for like a 6-month span that's going to be gone in a few months. At least that's what we're getting, like, I'm trying to say, like, I think that's what they're trying to lead us to believe with, like, Mario 35. Whether or not they're actually going to pull the plug on it, I don't actually know what they're planning. That's actually really scummy that they made a new Battle Royale game and then they're planning to kill it, like, less than a year later. I'd worry this kind of trend could be picked up on by more game developers. I just don't like the idea of, like, oh, hey, we're releasing this game on Steam or whatever, and if you don't want to miss out on it, you have to buy it now, and then another year later, it'll be off of Steam for good. Like, if that ends up becoming a trend, I'm going to stop playing video games altogether. I don't want to fucking be part of a goddamn ecosystem of, like, gaming where developers get the idea that it's okay to release a game and then fucking end up ripping it straight off of the, like, storefronts as quickly as they can, whether it be physical or digital. Ugh. I hate to say it, I feel like this has been, like, something we've been, like, slowly leaning into. They kind of didn't really release, like, a ton of stock when it came to like the SNES and NES Classic and those sold out really quickly, and they didn't seem to restock them very much. They also didn't do a great job stocking Amiibo overall, like, especially in the beginning, and they never really fixed the problem. I actually have to wonder if, like, part of this might have been on purpose. I don't know. I know Nintendo is a weird company, but still. Ugh. Actually, I wonder what happened to that, actually, the whole NES and SNES classics. You'd think they were going to continue and make more of them. I guess they decided it wasn't really worth their time to keep making more classic, little retro consoles. Yeah, I don't blame you there if you would want to pull out from playing games too over something like that. That just feels like something that's really like a scumbag move. You know, I don't know why I thought of this now. I remembered something like recent that I had just remembered, like, well, I guess recent might not be the right word, but like I remembered like something I saw in a video is about like limited time, or not even limited time, like seeing like the whole things are going to release like their limited edition versions of games, like game devs will package all sorts of shit in their like thing. And I was watching like a video on this, and one of the things I remembered in this video is the person who was talking in the video mentioned how some devs had like actually fucking put out like a bundle where they fucking put out like releases where they had like no game and they had like this limited edition stuff. Like, why would you make a limited edition that doesn't include the game? Who's going to buy a fucking bundle that doesn't have a game included? Like, really? Like, why would you pay for a bundle that doesn't have a video game in it? That sounds absolutely stupid. Out of all the things you'd buy, wouldn't you want to buy a limited edition that has, like, at least a video game along with the other stuff in it? Ugh. Let me see. A rumor? Saw they might make a Pokemon Snap to a limited time run thing for an anniversary. I hope not. I don't think that's what I was or that's not what I got the vibe of when I was like watching like the trailer for it originally, but I honestly don't know what to expect out of Nintendo anymore. I don't feel like I completely understand and trust them. Like, their whole thing about not fixing the fucking Joy-Con drift by now is like honestly not something I feel very happy about. So yeah, that's one thing. They seem to let their quality assurance slop, and they aren't fixing, like, or they're not stopping this, despite people having very, very open concerns about it. Their classic games are not really as great as they were before. I mean, like, people want to be able to get the Virtual Console, and they abandoned it, so there's that. Like, online sucks. God, I feel like the Switch, as neat as it's been, there have been a lot of, like, really bad things that have came up with the Switch. Like, the fact they have, like, seems like they've all but abandoned, like, having actual quality support for their controllers, and also, yeah, the online offering is fucking garbage. They need to fucking do something. Even though I like the Switch, like, if this continues, I don't think I would want to support a Switch 2 if they keep doing this shit. Like, it's embarrassing how many problems they have. It's funny how a console like the Switch happens to look good, and then they manage to fucking make the online and, like, some of the big features of the game actually function, like, worse than the Wii U did. I'm still, like, enjoy playing mine, but yeah, there's definitely things where I can see the Wii U as a superior console, because for starters, the Wii U actually fucking works the way it's intended to, unlike the Switch. Yeah, I don't care about waiting on this game. Can we get through this fucking cutscene already? Be the move for the book. To safety of the franchise worthy of the price hike. Honestly, right now, especially no. Like, this game demonstrates exactly why this does not deserve to be a fucking $60 title. Like, this is not $60 worth of quality. It's just the fact the Pokemon fan base is, like, extremely prone to defend every movement that Game Freak makes, whether it's good or bad. Like, cutting out the entirety of the Pokédex, or not the entirety, but like cutting out a large chunk of the Pokédex and not including the entire thing for once was like a really, really bad move on Game Freak's part. And by no means is it acceptable for them to cut the Pokédex. And on top of that, they have a game that's like really sloppy, has a lot of quality problems, and has like quite a few bugs on top of that. Like, it feels like they've used the DLC to try and fix some of the issues of the base game, and it's like, yeah, that's not a cool thing to do either, is to fucking have problems in the game and then sell the DLC as like a fix for some of the issues in the game. Like, the fact the Pokemon fan base is so cool with this and willing to completely just ignore the problems is actually fucking embarrassing. They're so quick to defend Game Freak over this. It's like, no, you really shouldn't be bending over backwards over Game Freak, like, just doing this shit. Like, we need to stand up and say when enough is enough. Let me see. Give my Blastoise this so I can get a G-Max Blastoise finally. That's what I want. Yes, give me my G-Max. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Cool. Let's see, can I see this when I look at it? I think I can. Like, I can see where it has the G-Max symbol. There we go. That's pretty nice, actually. I honestly think Pokemon as a series is kind of fucked. I don't think Game Freak's going to ever go back to making even remotely quality games anymore. They were already on the trail of making kind of low-quality games, but when it comes to, like, how this game's done, I feel like the fact the fans just quickly ate up and bought what they were offering them at Sword and Shield is, like, cemented that they can get away with making lazy games and not put in, like, full effort. So, yeah, I think Pokemon is doomed to never get, like, another really good quality title again. I'm hopeful that the Let's Go stuff will still be fun if they make it in, like, second-gen Let's Go game, though I do want to check out, like, another Gen 2 remake, because I love Gen 2, and I hope that that'd be good, since Let's Go was actually fairly fun. That's, like, the one exception I can give, is that I enjoyed Let's Go quite a bit. That's a lot of dialogue choices for the same fucking thing, no matter, like, which one you say. Oh god, some of this dialogue is really annoying and really pointless. This game is really bad about, like, having too much shit to read, too, actually. Fucking the rival battles are a fucking classic example of that fucking hot bothering you at every fucking turn and not shutting up. Okay, give me a second or two. Fuck, I'm gonna look at something. I want to check on some stuff I want to talk about, because like I said, even though I'm not at the best at it, like, at least I've been working on trying to get on getting more things to talk about with this whole listing stuff I can bring up in a notepad. Here's something we can talk about for a little bit. What's everyone's favorite, like, stories in games? Like, what's some of the best games you played? Best stories or even best storytelling? Like, there's some games that are really, really good that end up having, like, really good stories. There's also some games that have, like, not the best story, but the storytelling in the game ends up making the game, like, significantly better. It's funny, I'd say, like, a lot of Zelda is like this, where it's good, but also, like, one thing that makes Zelda better is, like, I gotta say, Zelda does a really good job with its storytelling. I genuinely feel like they do a great job, like, displaying everything to you, even when the games regurgitate the same fucking storyline. And unfortunately, there's a lot of Zelda games that seem to have the problem of repeating a very, very similar story to the player than their last game. So, yeah. I mean, I still stand by the fact I feel like Ocarina of Time was like a very, very stereotypical Zelda story. I'm not sure how I stand on Breath of the Wild, actually, in terms of its story, actually. I've thought about streaming Breath of the Wild. I'm not sure if I have, like, the urge, though. The only problem is, like, as much as I want to, I don't know if I feel like I'd be able to add anything interesting to it. Like, I thought about modding it, but everybody's done a lot of Breath of the Wild modding by this point. I don't know, maybe it'd be fun to just mess around and goof around a little bit, explore the open world stuff, and not really think about it too much. I've definitely had interest in going back and playing it. It's a pretty fun game. I do like going back and, like, playing it every now and then. It's a good open world title. You see, View still goes to the Persona series. Its personality, amazing story. 10. That's pretty good, actually. I'd say I haven't really played one, but I hear the Persona games are good, and I need to check one out at some point. They are very, very great games. I don't know if I'd say the story was, like, my favorite aspect of it, but I will say, like, in general, that I do remember that I really enjoyed, like, the way they handled the writing and, like, what was it? Oh yeah, Dragon Quest, because Dragon Quest had some actual fun stuff to mess around with. The story in Dragon Quest wasn't anything amazing when it came to Dragon Quest 11, but also, like, the humor and the way they handled a lot of the aspects, so it was really good. I think the storytelling might have been, like, what I actually liked about it. The storytelling seemed like it was pretty decent. Like, I found Dragon Quest 11 to be a very, very good game. I think the thing I liked about it is it, despite it being, like, based on a lot of stereotypes and supposedly about a lot of stuff that made Dragon Quest boring, like, they genuinely snuck in, like, a lot of really, really clever jokes and made the storytelling really good. Like, I found myself surprisingly invested in what they were talking about while I was playing Dragon Quest 11. Very, very good game. Actually, when it comes to, like, recent RPGs, and I have to bring up this game, like, I feel like Dragon Quest 11 puts this game to total shame for how much better Dragon Quest 11 was. That game is a genuine great game, and meanwhile, this game is probably bottom of the barrel in terms of how some of the stuff in this game is designed. It is not a great Pokemon game, in my opinion. Ugh. Not many Nintendo franchises have the stories or remember it. Yeah, I don't really blame you on that one. I feel like Nintendo has a lot of weakness when it comes to some of their storytelling. It's usually when it comes to their games that you see, like, some of them are not that good, and there's not that many that are great at it. Even Metroid, I'd say, doesn't have the best storytelling. Metroid's good, but I'd say it definitely has strong lore. Like, if you look into, like, the way they handle things on Metroid, you can find a lot of good lore really, really easy, so there's that. Metroid is very well done when it comes to lore-wise. I like Metroid quite a bit, so yeah. I'd say Metroid is a fantastic game series overall, though. Of all the games that Nintendo's, like, repertoire of, like, stuff they've done for stories, I think the one I find the most good and, like, interesting is probably, like, Pikmin. I genuinely enjoy how they handle Pikmin, honestly. Pikmin is a good series, and frankly, like, all the Pikmin stories are done in a way where they're interesting enough. They may not have, like, a very, very deep story, but, like, the way the game keeps you, like, interested through, like, the little daily logs is something I've never seen a game pull off before. And it's done so incredibly well, too. Wait, who's learning what? I think it's Ivysaur. Yeah, Ivysaur. Okay, what's this again? Seed Bomb, Razor Leaf. I'm gonna say, yeah, we'll get rid of Razor Leaf, why not? Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, Pikmin's good about that. I remember reading a lot of the stuff in Pikmin 1, like, at the end of the day, and enjoying seeing Almar's, like, thoughts of it, or seeing, like, little updates as you got further in the game, and seeing Almar's thoughts on everything. That was a really clever way to, like, deliver, like, lore in the game, and make it so you could see, like, how the character was thinking, see what they were, like, see how the situation was evolving in the game, and see what they thought of everything. That was a good thing, in all honesty. Pikmin 1 was great about that. Pikmin 2, I feel like, took that exact concept and made it even more interesting. I don't know why, But I've got to say, when it comes to Pikmin 2, I genuinely enjoyed watching the little cutscenes and like reading up on all the daily like diary things they did. They put in a ton of different little like daily diary entries, and like the little amount of effort they put into it really shows. Like they put in enough that there's like so many unique ones, and you get to hear all these differing opinions on like Pikmin or like different like enemies in the game. It's really refreshing and really cool, actually. Picklopedia is a great like concept and something they did really well for Pikmin. And this gen, there's not a 3D model. Which one do I like the most, or do I like their model? I'm not sure, actually. There's a lot of like good Pokemon in this game, and like a lot of like great looking updated models. I'm not really sure what my favorite is. I have to think. Let me see. I mean, I like the way Charizard's Gigantamax looks for starters, and like that's a really good one. Rayquaza looks really good in HD, and I think a lot of the legendaries do. A lot of these Pokemon look really good. It's hard to draw out like one that I really like the most. I mean, they're all very, very well done. There's not a whole lot that are great. Or not, it's not great. I mean, say there's a lot that are pretty good and done well, but like aren't a whole lot that I can think of that aren't really great. But I mean, there's some that are kind of lame though. So I don't know. Hard to really say. There's a lot of neat stuff in this game. There's also a lot of not so great stuff. This game made a lot of really stupid changes too. I feel like Game Freak going about their typical fucking decision of being hard-headed and cutting out something useful like the whole Mega Evolutions they brought up in Gen 6 and replacing them with this whole Dynamax gimmick that's actually worse and significantly less useful. It's like, yeah, we did not need to have the Dynamaxing in the game. It does not add anything to the game. Can we just get the fucking Pokemon I came here for already? Instead of fucking wasting more time? Okay, I've wasted all this time, and I can't skip the cutscene for the fucking initial getting it. I have to wait through all this. Alright, whatever. This was like the sole, like, new thing they advertised for this Isle of Armor DLC is like a new Pokemon. They, like, all the other stuff was older Pokemon. This Cubfu thing, it's evolutions, and by God, I gotta say, it's not a very impressive looking Pokemon. The evolution's kind of okay, I guess. And it's supposed to be legendary, too. I don't know. I will say, at the very least, like, I do like a lot of the Gen 8 Pokemon designs. I've got to say, out of, like, every gen, like, they did a good job designing new Pokemon this generation. That's something I can compliment this game on wholeheartedly. That's one of the only things I feel like I can give this game, though, in terms of, like, actual compliments. There's not a lot that I can say about this that I really love about this game. Hang on just a second or two. Oh, okay, good. I got the Pokemon finally after all this fucking time. I'm not even at the point where I'm done talking about, like, what I wanted to. I'm gonna probably stop the stream in a minute, though. Give me a second. I need to check on something before I stop. God damn it, I'm bad about not keeping my stuff where I need it to, like, check on things I was talking about. By the way, I'm curious. I don't know if I've brought this up already, but I figured it wouldn't hurt. I've been talking about this, like, every now and then, different people. Been watching more shows. What are some, like, good shows you guys have been watching recently? Like, some good TV shows or, like, good anime, whatever you want to talk about. Decent shows. I've been watching, like, quite a bit of that recently. I've been getting into more anime. It's just easier to cope with the whole depression problem. Oh, God damn, I'm having trouble finding what I wanted to look at. Just a second or two. Oh, there it is. I've blazed through, like, a lot of stuff. Like, I've been trying to watch stuff to keep me from thinking about stuff too much and getting my mind on like a lot of the depression issues that I've been having. I'm thinking on the shows I've watched recently. There's one that was called Fire Force, really good. I saw like all of that. That was something that was pretty alright. I know Attack on Titan has gotten like new season. I've been waiting a little bit before I jump back in to like watch some of Attack on Titan and see like where I left off and try to catch up again. I watched Demon Slayer finally, those kind of things. I've been like catching up on some shows and checking out some new things just out of like curiosity. Oh man, I could talk about TV shows for a bit. There's some good stuff. You guys remember like older shows from like Adult Swim? I remember like a lot of that stuff. I remember like one of them really well, like an old one called like Space Ghost or whatever. That was fun to watch. Also, shit. I'm gonna make sure I save one more time, but yeah. I know I was gonna do more, but I think I'm at the point where, yeah, we reached where I wanted to. I think I'm about to stop the stream since I got a decent amount of progress. I was gonna do, like, most of this quest line here to get this out of the way, but I think I'm going to go ahead and say we've done enough to stop the stream, and this way I can call it a night. I'm going to come back tomorrow and stream trying to do like a little more of this and trying to get Regice, but I think I'm done for right now, and I might not be doing a lot more streaming for the rest of the year. I might actually take a break for the rest of the month. I don't know right now before I get back on to like doing more of this. I might not do Regice and collect the shiny this year. I might actually wait until early January. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to stop the stream. Actually, I might not be on tomorrow, actually. I told myself I wanted to take a break tomorrow, even though I got the shiny. I think I want to do, like, shiny hunting a little later, and then I can do it on Tuesday instead of tomorrow. That way I give myself a little bit of a breath of fresh air to sit down and take my time before I come back. Funimation just dropped on Switch. Yeah, I've been like keeping up with some stuff. I've been watching more sub stuff and keeping up with some stuff there. Alright, yeah. I would like to talk about shows for a little bit and discuss stuff. It's been a lot of fun and I've appreciated the company, but I'm going to stop the stream here tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys probably relatively soon. Try to do a little more streaming. I was actually contemplating like not doing any more for the fucking rest of the year because of my like depression problems, and I think I've got a little more confidence in myself after I just got my Regidrago finally, so I'll stop here. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day or night, and I'll see you guys again sometime soon. Bye everybody, take care.